April, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, we are ready to get started with our very first lobby. So I'm going to have my right hand, my bestie, my woman of the hour. I'm gonna have her go ahead and read off the first 10 names in our next lobby.
All right, here we go. We got the Dr. Professor Smash Stats. We got a Jade, Aliko, Agara, her, and Aaron, Josh, Flareons, Lunar Avery, right?
Avery, yeah.
And then Foxy. And we've also got an ad break starting in about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Fantastic.
I am excited for this. That is a stacked lineup.
No respect. Hopefully that is going to be put in the field of the battle. Hopefully going to be making good of that name. I have some really funny usernames both on the timeline.
Oh, that's Josh.
And just on my rank
Okay.
level. It's some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. This should be all sorts of good stuff. I'm turning your volume all the way up, D-Lo.
Oh, my quiet. Hold on, I can turn it up a few decibels. My bad, yo. My bad.
Yeah, you
Turn yourself up. I want to hear your beautiful voice.
I'll crank up the decibels just a little bit. I got you.
Just deep throat the mic, that's fine.
Rank it.
Go up,
Nanera,
go
did I just...
Yeah, no, listen, that's,
All right.
we tell everybody
All
to
right.
do that. I told Guya to do that, and the funny thing is that Guya is a straight up PNG tuber. He didn't necessarily know what to do with that. They didn't necessarily know what to do with that.
At that point, you just make a PNG of your microphone and just
Right?
straight in there, you know?
Listen,
Okay.
I go for run on Wednesdays. I'm a little spicy afterwards.
Okay, who are we missing?
All right, we're
Yes,
missing
Foxy,
Mara,
your name
who
was
said
called.
they're 5 minutes out, and Foxy. So those
Archer,
are the
let's get our parlay online, man, Archer. What are you expecting to see here as far as the comps?
I'm expecting to see every single Eevee that has ever existed to either be played or banned. Every single one of them.
Pretty safe.
I feel like that's a pretty safe bet right now. The amount that like Leafeon and Umbreon and every once in a while Espeon are banned in almost every single match. It's ridiculous. I lately in my solo queue games have been seeing a lot of bans on Phalanx just because of how strong it's been lately in solo queue, but in my opinion, it's a pretty easy counter if you just play Venu. Just play Venu, and it loses, in my opinion. But we'll see what they end up going with. What are you thinking?
Oh, Phalanx is just a little guy, bro. I mean, Novelty always does kind of attract everyone's eye, and also Phalanx, he's literally just a little guy. He's adorable.
He's literally just that dude. He's a bunch of little dudes, actually.
He's a lot of little dudes, it's true. We wouldn't blame anyone for bringing them into the field of battle, but, I mean, I'm all Crustle crew. So anyone who brings in a Crustle, man, I'm on your side already. Don't care what else you got rocking on your side here, but I don't know. As far as in the short amount of time that I've been around in this game, I've been seeing a lot of Eevees for sure. The dominance there. Lucario's been obviously a main staple just because of that early game presence. But I like some jank. I like a little Magikarp action. You know, the little fish
Absolutely.
trying to get upside that waterfall, become a little big fish. Always a fun time. I know you as the one with the Gyarados avatar, you're quite a proponent of it as well. So wouldn't mind seeing.
I am a huge proponent of the big fish at all times. Anybody who's ever duoed with me
Big
knows
fish.
that I am a I will talk all the smack in the world about how big my fish is. Good luck catching it because I'm throwing out everything. I'm really excited now too because he's so versatile now that they've buffed his other moves, and Waterfall and Aqua Tail are actually not bad now. So that's always super duper exciting for me who likes to vary my play style here and there and try new things. And I can see a lot of Crustle getting played too. I definitely see that one for sure on the way. Because I know that Crustle is huge, literally just big health. There's no KO in that thing easy.
We have a question in chat. Ribbon is asking, what do you call an inting phalanx?
A Phalanx.
Oh shit, so good, so good. Good shit there, Ribbon 2. Let's go. Taking yourself to a strong start. No, actually, I gotta give a shout out to Ribbon Chew. Ribbon Chew, hey, what's up, man? I DM'd Ribbon Chew when I was trying to get into this game for some resources, and they really helped me out. So good luck, Ribbon Chew. Good seeing you.
Ribbon's fantastic. She's the
Dilo,
best.
do you have the ability to turn your mic up just a smidge?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I didn't want to mess with tech, so I got you.
You're
That's
good.
Better?
A little
Keep
bit.
going.
Lovely. I can do a bit more. Bit more.
Keep going.
Hello, 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 hello.
Let me put it this way: there's 2 screamers in this channel. You need to be louder.
Okay.
Definitely need to
Copy,
be louder.
copy.
That's
Turn the game.
perfect.
Lovely. Okay, we're back.
There
We're
you
back.
go, there you
people.
go.
A
We are all
comedy
here,
club?
absolutely. A comedy.
I'm not gonna lie, that one's going over my head, bruv. That might be because I'm sitting down. I might need to stand up for that one, but I'm lost, Ribbon.
Ribbon help.
Ribbon, help, please.
Ribbon's gonna have to explain the joke, and then it's not gonna be.
Yeah, I know, and then it's gonna lose all. I'm so sorry, dude.
No, it was too smart for us. That's
Brain
you
half
have
on
to
right
help
now, bro.
Dispenza sub for his scrim. Sure. Sure. Okay, Squirtle.
See how it is.
Squirrels
Pulling
doesn't
the
want to catch
secret
the
tank.
hands.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
Gara,
Mage,
where
there
you
are
at,
several
friend?
screamers in chat, myself included.
Don't start. You're gonna have to stop me.
Dear sweet Jesus.
Wait, do we choose
Last time,
violence
too.
tonight? Do I go get a drink? Are we choosing violence tonight?
We are
I mean,
absolutely
you
choosing
can't.
Violence.
It's because because it's a bunch of jokers. The joke has failed.
But
Maybe we've all collectively failed. Maybe we failed.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we're failing you, Ribbon Chew. It's not you. Your
failed
comedy
you,
career
Ribbon.
could
I'm
spiral.
sorry.
You could
We-
take off from here, but we
we
suck.
are
then I got
problem.
it.
We are
I
the
got
problem.
you.
Archer had the best answer so far. I mean, Archer's answer was kind of a banger. Not gonna lie.
It was very much like just a really, really silly, low-hanging fruit pun, but I'm here for it.
I was gonna make a tree joke, but I'm gonna move right past it. All right, we have gamers, so if y'all are ready,
No.
casters, here's your moment.
It's time to get into it, man. Archer, we're looking forward to it. We're on the Skydraft Ruins. We're on AOS Island here. Having a great time, but it's not vacation. It's time for blood.
It is time for blood. We're looking for all the blood to be spilled. We are sacrificing all of you to the Crunchy Customs gods. As we go ahead and whoa, that was a Clefable ban right off the bat. There's the Leafeon. That's the one we expected. A tree ban, really? There's too many trees here on screen already, so I guess they went ahead and banned Trevenant. That's fine. I understand.
Deforestation is a growing problem here, and they're trying to call attention to it now. I appreciate that. Everyone, please make sure to donate to your local green funds. But also, maybe they really did not want to hear that tree joke that Crunchy had, so they decided to ban it completely instead. But we have the Mammoth being brought in the first time. That's one that man, if my pockets were deeper for AOS coins, that's one I'd grab up in an instant. Mammoth one's so fun.
Mamo is such an underrated defender. I will scream that song to the ends of the earth. I will stand on the highest mountain and yell how much I love Mamoswine as a defender.
Indeed, and now we're seeing yes! Oh, no respect. Not only the best username, but potentially the best pick of all time. I don't know. I think MVP's already sorted out for me here, Archer.
Your MVP is already picked just right there off of the username.
I don't want to spoil, but I'm not going to lie. I think it just might all be said and done.
I think you might just be right. We'll have to see. I will have to see. But I think it's definitely a possibility now that we see the Crustle on the field. I like the Mimikyu pick. I like Zeraora. I like the Zeraora pick so much. That character does not get enough credit, in my opinion. We saw a huge run with the Zeraora this past Thursday in Underdunk, and it was one of the most fun things to watch. I miss that character being meta. Flareon's on the Machamp too. They got the big muscles.
I was about to say this is literally like weight room, the team. Like this is just every gym bro that you see that wants you to get off the bench because they're trying to just absolutely powerlift and disrespect you with a one set max. But hopefully they can put it to good use, man. They're gonna be tossing them, they're gonna be throwing them, they're gonna be a jolly good time with all this CC that they can provide. Venusaur to round out that comp. Overall, beefy, muscular, damage, defense, they got it all.
Absolutely, and the beefiest one of all, the Elda Glock there saying, I don't need muscles, I just have this Glock. We're just here shooting all the leaves. I like the Hoopa pick. We love to jump in all the holes, especially when we're dropping them all over the map. We love it. We love it. This is going to be a fun one. We love that from Aaron. And Liko on the Duraludon. That's not a pick I am normally super excited to see, but I think just because it's Liko, it's going to be fantastic. Duraludon scares me in solo queue. And not in a, like a, I'm afraid of it. It's I'm afraid to lose the game because of my teammate on Duraludon.
That's valid. You know what? Shout out to my man's April in the chat. She runs a pretty good Duraludon. The stapler can be a threat to the hold when it's put in the right hands, but question is, will it be doing just as well when it's put in the right hoops as well? So hopefully not going to jump through too many hoops in order to get that W. But the first casting will begin momentarily. I'm certainly looking forward to it, Archer. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Well, I'm super excited for this here as well. The stapler pick, I've always pictured it more of as an inhaler myself, the
That's
metal
valid.
inhaler. As we go ahead and jump into our first matches, we're here. We love to see this opening here. We got the Hoopa Duraludon in bottom. It's a fun little crew here.
Honestly, if you think about it, Machop kind of looks like he'd need an inhaler. He kind of looks like the kid at the gym class who's just every single time they even do one exercise needs his emergency puff. But you know what? We're not going to try to bully him just yet. We're going to see where the characters end up falling out. But already, oof, speaking of being bullied, Bulbasaur. Quite a bit of trouble there. Already early KO there from Buzzwole, showing that weight room does indeed come in handy.
Absolutely, and just there, that early damage dropping down. Hoopa is such an oppressive, damaging support. Having that on top of the early damage from the Duraludon, almost getting the KO on the Bulbasaur there was potentially really huge.
Big facts. I mean, just when it comes to these teams, we're looking at it comp for comp here, Archer. What are we expecting to be the main power spikes? What timers are each of these teams operating off of?
Well, definitely where once we see the Buzzwole get all of his throws here, those are just huge bits of burst damage that we're going to end up seeing. We've already kind of got one on the Machoke here, the moment they just go ahead and jump in with that Mega Punch. So we're going to see a whole lot of diving in with huge burst damage like we just saw there, but it does look like they're going to go ahead and almost lose this fight here. They do go ahead and almost get dropped by the Piloswine. The little Swinub there, not even a Piloswine yet because he is about to hit level 5, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and get the free stacks here for Flareons. That might end up biting them in the butt later.
I mean, we'll trade some dunks out, but at the end of the day, it was certainly a victory there for Purple. Great job on their side. Buzzwole looks so goddamn intimidating running at baby Pokemon. It just looks like an absolute grown man just wailing on preschoolers. It's kind of disgusting to see. I kind of hate that Pokemon, even though it's so hilarious looking, but... See Ivysaur here looking for some nice clean there plays. Ah, yes, the Rock Tomb. The best ability. I'm such a big fan of a stupid big caveman wall. Looking to secure mids here, but at least Orange will grab themselves a bit of farm for that.
Lily, as this go ahead and both teams fighting over that 8-minute farm there, it does look like our Orange side is going to secure the majority of that and even get a KO out of it on the back side, as Soul does go ahead and get some extra stacks there with the Luna there in the top lane. Love to see that, but as our bottom objective does loom ever closer, it does look like both of these teams are going to make a rotation down and potentially pop our basement Reggie right off the bat.
And you have Eldegoss up top there just trying to keep things firm, but Rock Tomb trying to find some damage there. Going to be found there onto the Buzzwole instead. Man, doesn't seem like lifting's doing much good for you now. Piloswine on the offensive, having to retreat back to get a bit of a shield refresh, but Hoopa finding that damage. Farm will not save you, my friend. Only Zeraora decides when you're safe. Eldegoss going to make that rotation, moves back into shield, has that Garden God up, but not guarding quite enough there. A good Evo could rescue here the Vina and allow for a bit more damage. Giga Drain, and now Piloswine going to be napping for a little bit longer in the fountain. Fantastic work there by Buzzwole to make a comeback here, but unfortunately Mimikyu already secured the Reggie.
Absolutely, and that was some really good stalling there from Gara on the Zeraora. Just the fact that that wild charge leaves him invulnerable for a moment as he does crazy burst damage onto the front line of the Orange side bought them all sorts of time to just grip and rip that bottom objective.
Now top looking a bit free, but only going to be used for farm at the moment. Not enough members gathered up here. So it seems like the fighting strength, I mean, weight room, it's really working out. Look at these bullies just brashly walking your jungle to take your lunch money and your buffs. The champ going to be all grown up and all ready to swing at you with that cross chop. Crustle just doing Crustle things, slowly ambling and scuttling their way to get a few more points on the goal. Now rotating up. Looking for goals over the Regieleki so far. No prioritization on this objective quite just yet.
Not quite yet. We don't see a whole lot other than that goal being broken there by our friends over, but they do get a huge Venu ult. We got Randy Cabbage over here dropping the beams onto the back, onto the front line, straight through the back of our purple side here, as we do see the Play With Me drop down onto their, looked like they got the, that was a huge KO there as they get away with just a little bit of AP left. Lico's going to try to rip this here. Let's see if they go ahead and can finish it off before the Machamp swings in.
I mean, this is where you make your MVP play. Come on, Crustle, let's see it. I'm looking for another big objective steal to surpass the other one. Solar Beam there, going to finish that one off. Good job there by Vina. Make sure to secure kills and objectives. And Maswani going to try to push him right back, but might have just delivered yourself into the belly of the beast. An absolute collapse. 4-man, 5-man, doesn't matter. You're dead. And now the next goal is just going to be Curtains trying to destroy before Regieleki arrives. Not going to be granted, but at the very least, another tier 2 this time. Drop into top lane if they can get a few more. But the defense trying to make an attempt. It's not going to work. They only feed the beast some more.
It was a huge play there, just all sorts of great synergy with the CC from all the throws between our Machamp and the Buzzwole, just dropping so many stuns and throws down onto the field, making sure that Venu is all sorts of open season for Solar Beams. So much damage just being dropped down from the backline with the Venusaur. Always love to see that, and that Eldegoss just keeping that front line going.
Big respect. The support's really proving to be in clutch. I mean, obviously, Hoopa provides so much utility with movement, but only movement we're seeing from him is back and forth from death into life. It's not quite working out so well now. 3:03, 4 minutes left. They still have, obviously, that chance. Red Rock could be a good opening, and it's going to be granted there to Purple Team. Good job stealing that one away. Gives yourself a bit more momentum to try to move in here, and they're recognizing that. Orange Team trying to give him a bit of space. Mamoswine does not want to do that, but might have opted for a bit of poor spacing there. Crustle, unfortunately, will fall. No, the crab!
No, the crab did fall. We got Soul jumping in here onto that Duraludon. It does look like they are going to pick up that KO, but not before they do go ahead and get hit there by Per Gardevoid on the Mimikyu. Per making sure that they are playing with everybody here, hitting those Shadow Sneaks and Shadow Claws to make sure nobody is getting away. That was a really nice move there to go ahead and push them away from goal.
I mean, so far, overall, just the sustain from Orange Team, whether it be Giga Drain or whether it be those Pollen Pots, it's just going to be a lot easier for them to stay in a sustained fight. But at the very least, Hoopa's mobility, mobility's going to be brought right back to you. Look how much space they can cover. It's just absolutely ridiculous. The bullies will once again pulverize the poor nerds as the purples flee once again.
Absolutely, the purples. I love that we're just using that as a term now. That is the best. They do go ahead and the Duraludon does get the secure here on the side of our purple team. Does get the hit there on to the Machamp just at the back end of it. But it does look like our Mamoswine is going to get tossed around like a salad. The Buzzwole does go ahead and buy enough time for the Solar Beam to come in and secure that Regieleki. That is a huge turnaround on this objective. And they are going to sustain a little bit longer thanks to Buzzwole's passive. We do love that. Looks like Gar is going to go ahead and get pushed back just a little bit, try to defend from this Regieleki. But they've got a little bit of a skirmish here in the jungle. Does look like Crustle does go ahead and say, that is our blue buff now. Thank you very much. That belongs to me. He does go ahead and get away. As the big solar beams pop out in this top lane as we are going to push this Regieleki, maybe get a little bit of a extra pop here on the Rayquaza fight. If they can get this to the main goal by the time the final stretch starts, that could be donezo here for purple side.
Venusaur is packing the clip, the laser. I know the dragon, but the Draco, if you will. These shots on the mark with these solar beams have been so on point for both secure and damage on players. It's just not going to go your way. Neither will we get tossed around once again. My God, Caesar salad, romaine, house, it doesn't matter. You're getting tossed.
Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see a little bit of an opening fight here. Man down on the side of the purple team does mean they're going to go have to head and play this really defensive to start this fight off and potentially buy themselves a little bit of time. We know we've got the Hoopa portals popping around just to make sure everyone's healed up. Maybe bait out some cooldowns here. Does look like Gar's going to go ahead and maybe try to go ahead and get something in the backside to figure out where everybody's at, but it might not be enough. They are unstoppable there up on the side with that Machamp. They do get the eject button from the Venu down to go ahead and catch up with him there. Venu ult popping out on the side of that solar beam, also hitting the huge KO onto the Mimikyu. Machamp there on the Duraludon as well. An almost complete clean team fight here, and a full sweep for the orange side does go ahead and secure them Ray.
Disgusting damage here from all these members of the teams. Buzzwole's CC is just so unparalleled, and Venusaur's Solar Beams came in clutch there as well. And the champ able to chase out that Zoro Order so early was so pivotal. And now look, as they can just stare in defeat. Are the members going to bully him a bit more? Just lay down the stealth rocks just for funsies. You've earned it, my friend Crussell. 52 seconds left, 744 to 120. You never want to say it's over and out, but at this point, it's looking to be a bit more than dire, my friend. They try to farm up just for all the starvation they've been suffering. Might be targeting your aggression on this poor Venusaur. They're just going to get harassed a little bit, but that can only make up for so much.
Can only make up for so much because the whole time their team is chasing that Venusaur down. It does look like Machamp and Crussell did get a couple of extra scores there in the back line. And even here we got our Buzzwole that isn't quite able to prevent the Mimikyu from scoring in time. Looks like even Duraludon is going to get a few here, but I don't know if it'll quite be enough. It does look like their entire team's going to have to drop some Hundo Burgers if they even want to have a chance at catching up here in this fight. We are 288 to 854. Last time we saw all sorts of goals going in on both sides, but I don't think it'll be enough for our purple side. We see the Cotton Crash does get crashed down onto the field, but I do think that is going to be it for our purple side. I do think Orange was able to secure this.
Decisive too. From minute 1 to minute done, they were really putting in the damage and putting in the burgers. I mean, it's like Five Guys the way they're flipping these things. It's really impressive work and really good CC coordination that was so pivotal. I mean, the two muscle boys, man, you can't beat them.
Absolutely, those two muscle boys are just raining down all sorts of damage. Look, we got 12 KOs, both from Soul on the Buzzwole and Jade there on the Venusaur. Just all sorts of damage getting popped out left and right. That was a huge game. All sorts of secures there from the Mimikyu on Gardevoid. I loved seeing how much momentum they were able to try and win back for their team with each of those really pivotal picks onto the orange side. We take a look at the damage stat breakdown here. I feel like even just seeing the numbers, we're so used to looking at these 100K games that we see all over online, but don't count it out just because they're, 80K on the Venu. That was still a fantastic showing. So much damage getting dropped, so much healing from the Eldegoss. It was a fantastic thing to see.
I mean, it was just good frontline, backline play. Fairy Jade able to put up those solar beams with such pinpoint accuracy, and the members of Flareons and probably Soul could so easily CC the members that were trying to approach that backline that it was simply impossible to take out their main kahuna when it came to that damage. No respect. Also was being a very good contribution in that case for CC. I mean, if you try to approach me, I slow you down with that Rock Tomb. You're not going to get anywhere near my Salad Guy.
Absolutely. There was just so much coordination from our big beefy boys on the side of our orange team, lining up a whole lot of shots. It was almost like they were playing, what's it called? Shooting birdies out there. I don't even remember what the official name of that sport is. Just the way they would toss them up. And,
badminton.
No.
Skeet shooting.
Skeet. There it is. Skeet shooting. Thank you. It was like they were shooting skeet out there with all those the Venu beams every time they got launched into the air by the Buzzwole. It was really neat to see. They were just throwing them up and knocking them down. It was huge.
Now, fantastic work there. Crunch, what did you think from your side of the spectators booth? Up top, almighty eye in the sky. What did you think from that game?
I gotta tell you guys, like every time we do this, like I'm so impressed by the people who continuously, come out, our community members. Like it's just, you have names like Flareons and Josh and Avery, and then you have Lico and Security who come out, and we all know like they're just absolutely cracked. But we have a lot of our community members that come out and they get into these customs and they just do fantastic things. Jade's one of those players, and I'll be honest with you, Jade has been probably one of my favorite people to watch for probably the last year or so. Just her overall growth as a gamer. There's no position that she can't play. And it's really been cool watching her go from Mon to Mon to Mon, and you never know what she's going to do next. And I honestly just love the way that these teams come together. Just, and this is just, random happenstance. You join a queue, you get into a custom lobby, you never know who you're going to be teamed with. It's not like these are, 5 stacks that compete together all the time and have that synchronicity already built up. These are community members that are coming through for, RNG custom lobbies and, manage to pull off some really fantastic matches. So I'm always amused. I'm always entertained. I love seeing, what people bring to Thea Sky when we do these customs, the new things that they're trying out. And it's just always just such a good show. I love the gamers that we have in this community. And honestly, like first match out the gate did not disappoint at all.
For sure.
Definitely
Hoping to see
didn't.
more skill to that parallel be shown here. It's going to be interesting to see what else we've got on tap. I mean, we have predictions there, Archer. We didn't quite get to see the full Eevee ban list. We got one to grace the field, so we're going to have to see if that maybe comes true in the future.
Absolutely. I was honestly really surprised because even with only one Eevee ban there on the field, I was surprised that no others got played. I was like, really? There's no Umbreon? There's no Espeon? And, like, there's no Glace even? We used to, you know, everyone on Twitter was, like, up in arms over how OP Icicle Spear is. So I was really concerned, and not really concerned is the right word, I guess, surprised that we didn't have any on either side there. I was like, what's the game plan here? Where's the Eevee at? Are we playing the same game anymore? I wore the hat for a reason. Come on, guys. Where's the Eevee at?
Well, Dixie
They just
is
saw the
in our
event.
queue. Our Gold Badge Leafeon, our resident Gold Badge Leafeon, is here tonight. So y'all may get a show.
Gold
I
badges
am
scare me, no
here for
cap.
that.
My
Gold badges in general.
So Gara, the murder cat, does not need a buff.
Trying to go off meta side with the Zero pick. Hey, listen, Gar, here's the thing though. If it had been like an absolute pop off though, like MVP contender for sure. We love that. Do the off meta shit. This is the place to do the off meta shit because
Absolutely.
it's definitely the place to do it. How broken is Machamp? Your Machamp is definitely broken. But yes, no, fuck Machamp in particular. That's just as a Pikachu main, fuck Machamp.
I'm just
Funny, I feel
scared
that
for
way
when
about the murder cat.
yeah, I'm just scared for in general when they do eventually add the rest of the EVs. I have a feeling Flareon is going to be an all-rounder, and so I'm ready to see Flareons play Flareon, and it's going to be all sorts of arson in the Sky Ruins. I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, the
I'm
4v4
scared for
EV
Arceus.
tournaments are going to go off.
I'm
Oh,
personally just afraid of what the Vaporeon Rule 52 art will be. So that's more so what I'm worried about, not even the balancing factor. I don't know if your Pokemon, how do you balance a character like that given the horrible fandom around it? I don't know. I'm scared.
Better Rule 52 than Rule 34.
Am I gonna get my rules wrong? I might be getting I need to go back to the internet law book real quick. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about there. Not 52. Wrong rule.
Nope, not rule. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Google
Don't.
what 52 is.
Deload. No, don't do it. Don't listen in there.
I'm not
Are
saying
you
anything.
drinking, ma'am? Are you drinking?
No. I've got water. All water. It's not vodka. I
No, I'm
promise. It's in the
asking
freezer.
her.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
Leave leave our guests alone.
Oh.
This is straight
I was really
vodka.
hoping that Rule 52 would be super funny. I looked it up and it's literally just if something goes wrong, E-bombs did it, which is, I guess it's funny, but
I forgot about that.
No, that's funny, but I got tricked. I fell for the whole Rule 34 thing, so we're just not.
Not at my hand.
No, I
you got real
blame
defensive
I
real
blame
quick
the power
about that.
bottom.
You mean to tell me about the things you're sending her?
Uh-oh.
It's okay,
It goes
Ribbon.
in silence. Now I'm concerned.
Listen, just because there's a rule that exists of don't leave Nanera's DMs open in the house because we don't know what the kids are gonna see, it doesn't mean anything. We're not talking about it. Moving on. Are we ready for the next
Okay.
lobby?
All right.
I know we're totally ready for the next lobby, and I'm actually really, really excited about this one. So let's go ahead and load up our next 10 gamers before Nanera gets all of us into trouble.
There is
Next
trouble.
lobby, we have Joe Meow, it's Taco, Frost Bunny, Nike Arian, Security, Ribbon, Dixie, Christian, Dr. Professor Smash, and Jade.
Nice. I love Dr. Professor Smash. And we get to
Okay.
see Ribbon in the game. Let's go.
Let's go, Ribbon.
my goat.
I
Oh,
can't
shoot.
wait for
Hold on.
this.
My man's Mac 10308. I got you. Oh yes, Daddy. I got you. Gotta give one out to the peeps who ask.
Wait, hold
Appreciate
on,
that, my
hold
friend.
on a second. Hold on. Wait, because we didn't have you on camera yet doing that. I was waiting. I was
Oh,
waiting for
gonna be
the
on
lobby to
camera
load.
now, bro? Oh no. Never getting a job.
Definitely
Sweet.
have to
All right.
have you on
Valid.
camera saying
We'll
it.
wait. Valid. Sad. Okay. My apology. Didn't mean to blow my load too early, guys. My bad. We'll get back in.
It's all good. No, it's all good. So Jade is the resident. Oh yes, Daddy Redeemer around here.
Okay. Good to
So
know.
she has a tendency to get every single one of our guest casters to say, "Oh yes, Daddy," because we got Doob Snacks to do it, right? Oh, we got
Oh,
Doob
yeah.
Snacks to do it. Yeah, so now it's become a rite of passage where every single one of our guest casters has to say, "Oh yes, Daddy," and the only one who hasn't done it was Guya. But I'm so afraid of Guya. I was like, you get a pass. And not afraid in like the fear sense, but like afraid in like the respect sense. I'm like, no. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to say it. It's totally fine. Everybody else has to say it.
We'll get Guya at some point. I already got them talking about crunching ass numbers. So
That's true. Okay, let's do this super quick. Hold on a second. Okay, so now we have D-Lo. Go ahead and give Jade what she wants.
Fair enough. Jade, after those solar beams, you gotta do it for you. Oh yes, daddy.
There it is.
Happy, we please? We good? We good?
No,
Keep
that's
on
so
going?
good.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We did
That
get
one was
Spraggles
good.
to say it. Oh God, that was.
No, that's Spraggles to say it? Damn. That's some good blackmail.
Yeah.
Love Jake. That's some good blackmail.
That's fire.
all right, looking for Frostbun. Who's
That's
Zesty Zaza?
that's Zesty Zaza.
Okay. Nike Arian. Oh, that's
Yep.
never mind. That's Pokorian. Okay.
Let's see. We got Taco. We got Joe. Where's Dixie?
Dixie?
Dixie and Christian. No, Christian's in here.
Christian. Smash.
See.
Smash your up again.
Dr. Professor Smash.
Dr. Professor, get
Paging
in
Dr.
here.
Professor Smash.
Paging Dr. Professor, hunk of a man smash.
Oh.
I love that guy.
What are you jamming to over there?
Me?
Pokemon EDM bangers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We love
I got in the mood.
bangers.
Yup.
I was gonna say I have Twitch muted so that I can hear Discord and not hear things twice. So
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that Smash probably turned around and got into another match somewhere, so we could just, let Liko and Security be on a team together.
Lico, get your ass in here.
Oh no.
Will they bring back the inhaler? Is the question.
Will they bring back the inhaler? I might need an inhaler
Nico
after
might be in a
what we're
game.
gonna see.
Oh my gosh. Liko in game, Smash in game.
At this point,
Dixie.
you want me to cast my own game? How funny would that be?
There it
That'd be
is.
hilarious, actually.
I mean,
Make the casters play and just cast their own game.
all right. So next two up then are going to be Gara and Purr.
Gara and Purr.
Gara and Purr. Oh, look, the whole Pina squad just joined. Oh boy.
Let's go.
I appreciate you all queuing together. I will try and
No,
keep
that
you together
was-
as much as possible.
That was beautiful to watch.
That was fantastic.
Pina sweep. We were
That
trying to
was
get all
super
together.
sick.
No, it totally worked.
Mind hacks the Route 34. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Not anything else at all. No.
Okay, so do we have Gara and Purr?
Purr, where you at, girl? Purr's so fun to duo with too.
I have to tell you, I have to follow my sword for this one.
Yes, Gara.
Purr has been asking me for the longest time to play Unite with her, and I haven't been dodging her. I've just been so busy, we have not been able to connect.
I'm just stuck on the fact that you made the comment about swallowing your own sword.
I said follow my sword?
She said fall.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah,
Swallow. I mean, if you heard
need
swallow.
to full shower. I'll be right back.
You got it, G. Spray it with the bottle. Someone get with the bottle.
Definitely
Wait.
misheard.
Gara, you know that makes clips now, right? Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
I've been clipped, y'all.
Okay.
God, I misheard
Dude.
that so bad.
You can hit with the clip harder than
I was
anything.
literally
in
sitting here
the
like, I didn't know swallowing swords was more than just something you saw on America's Got Talent. I didn't know that was a phrase, but I'll roll with it if that's where we're at today.
Did Purr leave?
Which is like,
All right.
that was not my fault this time.
I was like, did I really say that?
Yes, you absolutely
Listen,
did. I'm gonna
the fact that
gaslight
I
you into
had to
thinking you said that.
No, but the fact that I had to question myself, because that's something I would say.
I'm just gonna gaslight you into thinking that's what you said, so that I can let myself live down the fact that I made that comment.
Yeah,
The
except
clip
Gar
will
already
prove
clipped
all,
it.
my friend. I think you're screwed. I'm sorry.
Gar
You just got
clipped
caught in
you.
4K, dude.
Oh my!
Sheesh. Okay.
Next on the list is Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron! And then we're gonna need to move some people around Kanji.
Okay, so do you want me to move Gara into live?
I can move them into live. What I need you to do is pull down Dixie and Smash.
Where do you want me to pull them to?
Un momento.
Hmm?
Un momento. Whee! Go ahead and put them in. Oh, fantastic! Smash got moved. So go ahead and put Dixie in spot 11.
Okay. Smash is not here
Oh.
though.
I got it. I missed one. Because we got Liko in here too. Okay, now we're good.
Okay, so everybody's in who should be in?
Yes.
Jade is in here though.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and let me.
We don't have Liko. Liko was in a match.
Oh, that's right. Liko was in a match.
So we have Jade
apologize.
and not Liko.
Okay, yeah. Can you swap them? Sorry. This is why we say, like, let us know. I apologize.
Okay, there we go. All right, we ready?
Let's do
Good
it.
luck, have fun.
Alrighty, all EVs across the board. Let's see it, Archer.
Let's see every single one. I need to see all the EVs played right now.
I mean, we're sticking with. I mean, how already starting off to a good start. I'm pretty sure it's one of Rivenchu's favorites, so not surprised to see that one be locked in here. And Umbreon, certainly not surprised to see that banned either. It's gonna be a cat game potentially. Oh wait, nope. Leafeon banned away. Poor Rivenchu.
Hey, that's not too big a deal because I know Ribbon plays a mean Sylveon too, so there's always the quick swap.
Does make sense in that case, but so far looking to maybe just put on a repeat performance potentially of the Venusaur that we just saw, but I don't know. After what Jay just did, I don't know if you want to even try to match that energy. Could go with the little guys instead. A far superior choice. Why choose
The
one
Joker
guy when 8 guys do
squad.
trick? 8 guys, let's go.
Club.
Ribbonchu gonna try to show that their joke was good, and then also this character itself is not a joke.
Absolutely. Look at that guy in the front. He's got the biggest of mohawks. I'm all for it. Is that a cram? Is that actually a cram? Hello?
Funny bird. Funny bird go haha.
Hello? Somebody ping Attica?
Huge fan of, I mean, it's kind of doing what you were mentioning earlier, bro. He's swallowing something. It ain't a sword, but it's about as close as you can get in this game. It's PG.
Absolutely. Swallow the fish and occasionally a Pikachu too, as we see the Sylveon and a 9 pick over here on our purple side. That could be really fun. Oh, never mind. We got a Blastoise. I love the Stoise. I used to
No
wreck up
surprise.
shop with Stoise.
On the reverse side, 2 supports being picked up here. Gotta respect it as someone who plays supports across all video games. It's an underappreciated role here, but the Wambulance might be there to match it out. Comfey and Mr. Mime, though, gonna be interesting. We're gonna be doing some dance moves. We're gonna be giving them the jazz hands real quick.
Definitely giving him the jazz hands here with a mime and a cock ring here on the side of our orange team, which is going to be really exciting. Only for those of you who like mimes and clowns, maybe not so much for others. You might want to shield your eyes. It's fine. Not sure how we feel about what they're wearing while you're doing that with Ash's mom. Hello, we got security on the Lucario.
We definitely have Lucario. We definitely got him too. Decidueye gonna join the team, and Wambulance will be locked in. Some good balance here on the side of purple. But hopefully on the other side, we're gonna be the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eaters. Dear God, try to just stop them in their tracks from the jump. But I'm liking the ability, the cock ring, as we like to call it here. Apparently, I love that. Is going to be really efficient if you put that on the Lucario early, man. It's gonna be a demon.
Absolutely. All those heals onto the Lucario, it's so bulky on top of Lucario's passive, giving him that shield. It is going to be really, really hard to go ahead and take them down for the majority of this match. I'm really liking the Desi pick, though. I know you haven't quite seen yet. A whole lot of my stuff is around the fact that I love the heck out of Decidueye. As a resident archer dude, I like anything with a bow in every single game I've ever played. Decidueye is no exception. So always excites me when I see a gold badge Desi pop out here, Taco. Love to see it.
Dear God, that is a decorated group of soldiers right there. 3 yellow medallions shining bright. You gotta salute these people when they walk up to you. And I'm not just talking about the phalanx as they march to and fro, but we're off to the races here. Gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna ask you the same question that we looked at before in game 1, as far as just where we're looking for in terms of the clock. Which team's gonna have the edge and when?
Well, we're definitely going to be looking for when Desi's going to be able to hit that level 7 mark. Playing that in the jungle does give him the level 5 nice and early, does evolve into that Dartrix, but there's no real spike coming out with the Spirit Shackles or even the Razor Leaf, depending on what Taco does choose to use here, until level 7, which does mean it's going to be a really slow start for any sort of like big gank potential from the purple side. Whereas we're probably very quickly going to see a level 5 here early in from our security on the Lucario. That's when they do get either the power-up punch or the extreme speed. And extreme speed is a really, really good pick against Phalanx. So Ribbon might have a little bit of a hard time here because the extreme speed cooldown does reset for each individual one of Phalanx's little soldiers. If you didn't know that already.
What? That's disgusting.
Yep. It's absolutely disgusting. There are some really wild matchups there with the Phalanx, as well as the Venusaur if they do run the Giga Drain there. Once they have that here at level 5, it does proc for each individual one of those soldiers to heal the Venusaur. So there's all sorts of counterplay coming here from the orange side.
I mean, they don't even need counterplay. They just need to keep the pace that they're going at. Forcefully just moving their way down top lane. Bottom being held just fine. That gank is going to be so impactful in just keeping this Lucario in a place of dominance. With that natural matchup that you mentioned, Phalanx, once again, the little guy is going to take a little tumble into the fountain.
Absolutely. They are going to have to go back to the Pokemon Center for just a little bit there as we see a huge Mime stun. They are going to pop out, trying to secure a little bit of that for the orange team, just to try and keep the bottom side away. But Taco does have that level 7 already at our 8-minute mark, meaning he can just go ahead and secure all the farm he wants with those Spirit Shackles, doing his best to keep security away. But security does get the pop in there, just a little bit of a pushback to go ahead and line up those shots. Huge toss-up with the charged basic attack there from the Lucario to just line up the Solar Beam. It's a huge hit there for Gara.
Gotta give some credit too to the Mr. Mime there. That barrier was so useful, and you're seeing it right there too, disrupting and dividing the team in their attempts to retreat. But now you might need to as well. Mr. Mime going to go back home to hang with Ash's mom for a little bit longer. What they will do, we could never say. But Lucario going to be able to escape with their life at the very least. That extreme speed, certainly a useful tool both on the offensive and defensive. Extra helpful when you have a cock ring.
Absolutely, the cock ring does kind of help you out, especially when you're heading around Ash's mom, if you know what I mean. We got the big eggs getting popped out here from Joe Meow on that Blissey there, keeping their team alive for just a little bit longer. But all the heals coming out of the Mime and the Comfy together is going to keep that side jumping right up in their face there. But it does look like Gar does get taken down by the A9. Huge freeze coming down as this push does get dropped here. It does look like Jade is on their last leg as the Desi does come in, looking for a little bit of a pick there. They do get it in the back. Huge hit there for Zesty, and the big secure for the Blastoise, getting the levels and the buff there with that bottom Reggie.
Such good damage coming out here from the Decidueye just from long range. That reach, man, like a splash, bro. We're playing NBA Jam right now the way we're dunking on him. But some good movement, some good momentum to try to get back into this. But Lucario's going to try to reverse that right back. Blastoise already won and down out of it. Has to refresh some shields. Spirit Shackle's going to fall there onto the funny Birdman. But haha, I'm going to stay alive. Nice job there, the Cormorant. Going to swallow some swords, going to swallow some fish real quick, but not going to swallow defeat quite so easily. Extreme Speed going to be put right back in a little Ninetales, puts them back down. Blissey, the Wandulant's going to try to support their Decidueye as you can. Has that damage, but not quite enough to stop Lucario from getting this goal unless they reverse it. Blastoise arrives at the scene, surfing on in, gonna take down Mr. Mime, but again, they've got the cock ring on Lucario. They will not be stopped, and Decidueye is gonna feel the pain. Another good kill there for Lucario. Might have to end their streak though.
but maybe not quite. The Lucario does get the huge heal off of that Comfy Unite. We got the funny fish man going turret mode, going crazy, going stupid. The huge KOs here for an Aaron. That was a huge drop and reversal there from that, but the Blissey is going to go ahead and stop one of those scores, but he can't stop the Lucario from dropping 40 big old Dunkaroos right there in the bottom goal. It does look like the Desi does pick up the Cramorant on the back end, but it doesn't seem like this push is quite done for our orange side. Security is unstoppable on the Anubis.
When it looks bad, it just starts to get worse on the reverse side. I don't know how this Lucario has managed to be so oppressive. 1v4, no problem, but gonna have some backup there. Gonna do him a little show. Give him the Jazz Hands, give him 3-finger blast real quick. Lucario's gonna provide that as well. Decent damage there on a Lone Ninetales. Already dropped down to low, but Mr. Mime will fall first. Lone Ninetales gonna be able to refresh that shield, stay alive. Regieleki moving down the top because Venusaur gonna be able to use those whips to their advantage. Trying to counter it out is the Blastoise, but the Battle of Gen 1 might not go the way you'd think. If you eat up that berry, use that Hydro Typhoon, but it's not gonna do enough damage. Retreat on back! Live! You're not Jade, my friend, but you still gotta do the damage when you can. Gonna be able to win this one out. Blastoise feeling the pain.
Wow, that was a huge fight there in the top lane. There were just ults dropping left and right, and it does look like the Regieleki is going to go ahead and crash into that top goal as well. Looks like Desi's going to go ahead and break that bottom goal. He's laying down all sorts of Spirit Shock. We see the Cram Unite pop out. Huge eject button there for the Cram, but it wasn't quite enough to keep them alive. Security jumping in onto this Blissey, refreshing with all of the Bone Rush there to go ahead and just drop all sorts of speed left and right and do all sorts of damage. Does look like Ribbon and Zesty here are going to go ahead and push him down just enough for Taco to go ahead and secure that last hit with the arrow. Going to go ahead and secure this Regirock down bottom, while it looks like our Venusaur is up top getting a little bit more points with another battle up in the top lane, but it does look like our good old friend Ray is going to go ahead and push away the Venu.
Good attempt there to try to capitalize off that. Regieleki just doesn't quite work out for you, and now you're facing another bot. Reggie gets dropped here by purple side. They are down in score, 144 to 189. 3 minutes and 49 seconds left on the field, and you got some little guys waiting here. Spirit Shock will do decent damage there. This might be the time to try to take down the threat. Drop down some Egg Bombs. Just gonna abandon your little guys to the wolves? No, we had faith in them. Nice job there. Unfortunately, Anubis gets stabbed in the butt trying to leave.
Absolutely. This could be a huge little turnaround here. Even with the point deficit from the purple side, it is still anyone's game because we all know that where there is a Ray, there is a way. We do see some ults dropping here at the 3.5 minute mark as we go ahead and see all sorts of KOs getting dropped here. If there is a time to unite before the end of the match, now is the time to do it. That way you still have it back by Ray. It does look like the Phalanx is going to go down there. And Aeron living on 1 HP in a dream as the Cockring goes ahead and heals him back up. Got the Blissey up top there with the Decidueye. Does go ahead and secure that arrow. Huge hit for Taco to go ahead and get a big overcap into that top goal, getting an extra 35 points over in the top goal there. Looks like Aaron is going to go ahead and try to get that there, but Zaza was waiting for him. He had all sorts of things there ready for him, and it is pushing him up high in the air, just like their name. Going ahead and dropping those all sorts of the Pikachus there onto the hit from the Cramorant. Going to go ahead and keep them alive a little bit longer. Does look like they're going to get back to base.
Regieleki this time on the top side going to be facing down orange, but they're not going to try to push that right back, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be much more than just a bit of a distraction as Lucario returns to their farm. Haven't quite seen this pick able to really provide that domination we saw in those first few minutes. I don't know if the cock ring lost its effectiveness here, or if actually just going to hang with Mr. Mime for a little bit longer instead, but we need to see that. That's their win con so far. Now you're seeing the score reflected to 223 to 207. It's a slight slide back, but given the early pressure this comp provides, now that it's starting to get on the late game, it's going to be a bit rough, especially with Decidueye's numbers. They're going to be hitting.
It is always rough when you're up against the cock ring, you know what they say. So we're going to go ahead and we see the Mr. Mime go ahead and going to start the secure. Going to try to go ahead and get this fight pulled out here, but Jade does go ahead and escape just enough with a little bit of HP here, pulling Zaza off to the side, getting their tank out of position. Does go ahead, we see the Cram ult drop down onto this A9, going to go ahead and get the KO. They do get away, though. It does look like the Cramorant survives to live another day. Going to dive away. Ribbon Shoe in the back line, getting some huge KOs there, dropping in. It looks like Anaron is going to get hit there by Taco. Taco is just laying down all sorts of arrows here. We love to see it as a Desi main. I am proud to see it. There's all sorts of arrows going to go ahead and secure and even get themselves a little bit of a point lead here as they start. But is Anaron going to be able to secure this back in time? It does look like the Phalanx is able to go ahead and secure this Reggie here, or not Reggie, Rayquaza here in the middle. Does look like they're going to go ahead and be able to score. It might be over for Orange side.
Mr. Mime can only try to do a bit of power split hijinks, but it's not going to work out too well for you. You got to eat through that shield. Big surfing, big damage there. Going to finish it off are the little guys, but united we are strong. United we are mighty. Venus, we're going to find out lesson out the hard way. Golden it bust down, and so is Venus' health bar in just a second. Felicity on the way, but they don't need an ambulance for your friends. You need an ambulance for the opposition. 6:43 out of 207, less than 1 minute remaining. Funny Birdman just gonna walk around and watch in stunned silence as their team is dropped and their health bar is as well. The rest comes to meet it, but just gonna meet the Hydro Cannons of Blastoise. What an execution.
What a huge jump here. It does look like we're going to have a little bit of a dance party here at the home base goal. It does get broken up there by security on that Lucario. Doesn't look like he wants to dance too much as he drops the Unite move down. We see Mr. Mime Unite get dropped. He is all sorts of disco tech right now. Going to go ahead and just see all the fun here at the end of this match. Does look like we got about 18 seconds left. I don't know if they want to dance anymore. This charade might just be over. The boxes have been made. The Mime has been caged.
Someone literally called security to shut down the party. Bouncers are never fun, unfortunately. Gonna be calling the campus security. They're gonna be checking IDs, but it seems like Orange was just a bit above the legal limit. All the minors get shoved out, and the superior team's gonna be purple all day.
I just want to take a minute after that one. I might need a minute. That was all sorts of fun to watch. Phalanx, all the little guys, all the little purple people leaders. That was super fun to see. No Oompa Loompas here. They own the whole chocolate factory. That was all sorts of good damage getting dropped. Does look like we can see a whole 12 KOs getting dropped by both Taco and Ribbon on the purple side. That was all sorts of fun to watch. Huge arrows, huge shields there from the Phalanx. That was super fun to watch. But don't discount the security and the cock ring there from Pokerain. That was so fun to watch. All sorts of early game, but it just wasn't enough to carry them into the end there. Huge damage. Security dropping that 106k on the Lucario. That was a huge showing. Just wasn't able to go ahead and finish the job, unfortunately. Might be there's a cock ring joke in there somewhere.
There's always a cock ring joke in there somewhere. I mean, Ribbon's Phalanx joke went over her head, but the gameplay hit us square in the face. Hit everyone else on Orange side square in the face too. That was some brilliant movement. Was put down and out a little bit in that early game, but had some faith, recognizing that Lucario is going to fall off eventually. That cock ring can't grant you that boost forever. I mean, you can't have a cock ring and then try to do a bone rush. It's just an oxymoron. Doesn't make sense. They come inherently in a conflict with each other. They recognize that. They knew it would be their downfall. Patient play. That's what wins you the day.
That was fantastic.
Thanks.
A little bit of a yep. That was
Hey,
fun. That was fun.
Taco, are you still here? Taco. Did Taco just win and leave? Where is Taco?
No, for real though.
I'll take my flowers and I will leave. Adios.
No, seriously,
so fun.
he bounced. He mic dropped. Fucking Taco.
Literally,
Yeah,
mic
exactly.
dropped and bounced.
Oh, the baby girl paging? Joe.
Yeah, Aaron, that's why I wanted to have a word. I wanted to have a word with the bird.
Okay, let me page the bird for
Everyone
you.
knows the bird is the word.
I wanted to have a word with the bird because poor Aaron was just sitting there like just
They were trying to dance.
They were trying to dance, and all I see is spirit shackles coming out the back.
I
I have
messaged-
questions.
I messaged the bird and told him that they were being paged back in stream chat.
Aaron, did you know that you and Taco had beef? What happened? You want to run the ones?
That's kind of Taco's gonna beef.
It's raining tacos.
It better not be.
Not that again. Not that again.
Just because you said something.
He's stuck in the principal's office. I need to know what this beef is.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky.
The way I looked to see if he came into the voice chat right
No, same, literally.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm not
so
even sorry.
quickly looked. I was like, what?
The dance party was my favorite part. You know what? I love that we get dance parties here.
Oh, currently it's not Taco Bra, it's Coach Bra.
Rude. I have PTSD from that. Same. That's why I looked to see if he had joined.
You vegan. Aaron, sorry.
No, you don't have beef, friend. Taco apparently has beef. He's a beef taco right now. Like, what happened?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Jade did supply the dance floor. I saw you trying to do that. I saw you trying to boogie there. Jade trying to put on some nice Friday night lights, but they just weren't having them. Sorry, Mr.
Is that like a street taco?
Yes, that was definitely Street Taco that was talking right there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. Give the casters a break. We're going to stretch. We're going to take bio breaks, get, beverages. If you choose to beverage goblin it up, we're going to give you guys some words on stream. But I would like to have Nanera let everybody know who the next 10 are so you guys can be prepared for when we come back so we're not chasing you all down.
All right, on our next lobby, we're going to have Liko, Smash, Dixie, Her, Josh, Lunar, Enderglaze, Mindhacks, Solar. You know what? We're going to be moving that way it doesn't split them. So please hold. Instead of you guys, we're going to be running, let's see, I need 4. A Hestra, Big Papa Doodra, Squirtle, and Noyo.
Okay, so if you
You're
heard your
welcome.
name, you are in the next lobby when we come back. So don't go anywhere. So we're going to give you guys some words on stream. See right there? Now you guys can't see us. So enjoy yourselves. I would say behave, but this is my chat. And we will be back in a little bit. So y'all have fun.
to match their co-caster. I fucking love you, G. All right, bet.
So there's
Next time we cast together, but
there's a bit of a
slightly
there's a bit of a
discordant.
thing happening back here. There's a bit of a oh I love this.
Oh shit!
I love this for us.
He looks sick. Oh, look at him.
Get the Gojos going.
That's dope. That's dope.
Kyle, are we witnessing this? New bromance just dropped. Listen, it was on the tip of my tongue. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was gonna say it, but now like this is confirmed, right?
Absolutely.
No, he's looking for a hat. This is so good though. This is so good. This is the content we live for.
So, does anybody else like watch random thirst traps on TikTok that D-Lo may or may not remind them of?
I'm sorry?
Moving on, is Taco still in the chat? I'm saving Nanera from herself right now. Is Taco still in the chat? Mage said
Cold
tell us
shower,
more.
Nanera, cold shower.
I love this. We're watching this live. Hi, Taco.
Welcome back, Taco.
Not the Speedy Gonzalez hat.
Oh yeah, quickly run fast, bro. Let's go. Vamos, como yo dije. Vamos.
Okay, well this has become a thing now. Taco.
about it.
You got beef with Aaron? What happened? What happened? I need to know. I need to know why poor Derpy Bird was taking spirit shackles to the face when they were just trying to dance. I have questions. You good? I love that the chat is split. Kyle is telling me to spray Nanera with the water bottle, and Mage is like, no, let her talk.
Listen, I'll just post it, and if y'all know, you
Let her
know.
cook.
We should set up scrims with 7DS. Who's we? Are you fighting? Have you seen its face? I've seen its face, but poor Aaron, man. I feel like Taco and Aaron need to run the ones. I feel like that's what needs to happen. Next week here on Crunchy Customs. Deirdre said, who's we? Oh, Kyle, remind me, I have to talk to you about shirts for Pandemonium. I did see you guys ask for it. I've just been super, super busy. So Panda did say that I could use the company credit card to buy you guys shirts.
Hey.
Whether or not he remembers he said that is a different story.
I need to get my hands on some Pandacore merch so I can sport it later for the rest of the year, and I have it ready to go.
I own hoodies. I need to buy shirts.
Yeah, I definitely am gonna have to get myself a Bandicorn shirt to wear at NAIC.
Taco, you're down to run the ones? All right. Aaron, are you still here? Where's Aaron? I need to make sure that Taco and Aaron are willing to settle their shit on stream.
Hey, Aaron.
What beef isn't better without an audience?
It's very true.
Absolutely. Take that beef and turn it into carne
Give me the
asada.
show
Let's
match. All right.
There it
Next week is Taco v Aaron. All right. Mark your calendars.
Let's do it.
And just so you all know, I know who next week's guest caster is. I'm gonna make y'all wait, and I'm gonna drop the fire.
Do I know who next week's caster is?
Nope.
Okay.
Can you tell me? Hold on.
Wait, what the hell is this? The Kyle gets to know and I don't?
Well, Kyle has to work with them. That's what this is.
The fuck am I doing?
You're drinking and
it
looking
the-
beautiful.
I was gonna say she needs to know what kind of alcohol to bring to the party.
You
That's why.
know, look at. She
Yeah,
came back
Daenerys
from
just
Loretta
needs
and
to-
she's got eyeliner on. Do you see this? And those curls, ma'am?
Hello?
Where you going later? How you doing?
You going to the Met Gala? What's up?
You see
going
what I'm
over to
saying? Chris Heroes?
I'm coming over with marshmallows.
Let me tell you
wild.
guys something. Let me tell you guys something. If you guys ever see Crunchy Customs not on a Wednesday night, we got Chris Heroes. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So if you ever see Crunchy Customs not on a Wednesday night, we got Chris Heroes. But I digress. Let's go ahead and call our lobby.
All right. Y'all ready for this?
Kyle, are you seeing this?
We both immediately went into it too, dancing
Dude,
and
fucking-
everything.
Come on, you can't not.
We are the same mind.
Glasses, hat, bro. We sharing a brain cell right now. We're sharing a house.
That
Come
just
on over,
happened.
bro. Fly down to Buenos
We
Aires.
share one brain cell and it's phalanx.
Yes. It's exactly.
Crunchy, are you feeling a little called out right now? Because
Is this what we sound like, Nanera? Is this what everybody else sees when they're dealing with us?
I think so.
Don't worry, bro. It's the circle glasses. Like these things, the John Lennon man, they work every time.
This
Immediately.
is why
mind
Panda
me.
won't play Scribble.
I feel like I'm like slow gazing. Like, I feel like I'm using a slow gaze right now in Archer's eyes, bro. I'm just like staring at this man. Like we're just connecting on a different level right now.
We're just looking into each other's souls. We are.
Hi.
Wait.
Hi.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry
For what?
for Brat Lane.
Why, what did you do this time?
I didn't do anything. I just am now. Nanera and I now understand what it is that you experience.
Why? Who set you guys up?
So for context, D'Lo, Brat Lane refers to Nanera and Crunchy duoing together in lane.
So Archer's filling in for Kyle tonight, and we have a guest caster, and it just turned into the accidental bromance of the century, and me and Nanera are just feeling like the fifth wheel right now.
Interesting. Oh, how the turntables have turned.
Wow.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. You know what you guys have done? Please refer back to your trailer for It's for Science. This is just page 1, okay? This is a laundry list of stuff to be able to go, okay?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah. And also, Gar's the best.
Okay, we didn't. Okay, bye.
Propaganda being launched here on the stream. We're gonna get shut
I was about
down.
to say that's some corpo mind control there at the end.
God damn.
Right?
What year are we in? I thought it was 2024, not 2077.
God.
We don't need none of that propaganda.
Bro's about to advertise for Raid Shadow Legends. Come on now.
Good night.
Okay. Sorry, I made a marker. Alright, so in this lobby, we have a Noyo, a Squirtle, a Papadoodra, a Hestra, Liko, Smash Stats, Dixie, Her, Josh, and Lunar Avery.
Okay, see. Okay, hold on a sec. Wait, Percival is Noyo. I remember that. I think we're missing Doodra. Nope, Doodra's here.
We got Big Papadoodra.
You're gonna run the ones with Crunchy Bot? Rude. Hestra is I Will Ego Old. We got Liko. We actually have Squirtle.
Buddy.
Where is Dixie?
Why are we always missing Dixie? Dixie, this is your final page. If you do not respond to this one, you will be removed from the queue, and you are able to
Dixie!
rejoin when you return.
Dixie, come back.
Dixie, where?
You can blame it all.
You just go put yourself in the corner.
No. What do you think this is?
You cannot let that. Look at that fit. You cannot let that fit shine. It got.
You just got told no.
It's indoors.
Just okay. I pull up. Like, no.
Come on
Who do
now.
you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
I'm the person who actually manages the contracts with their authority.
Shit, that's a good
No.
point. All right, shit, guys, I'm out. Ah!
No.
I'm picking beef with the wrong ones.
Bad.
This is where I need one of those kitten hang in there posters.
Always inspirational.
Power bottom Archer. I don't think.
Okay, I forgot about the walk-ons! I was trying to put your ass in timeout and that bit me in the ass.
Boot my man.
Oh yes, Daddy. I actually think this is Power Top Archer.
Absolutely.
I told you this was going to happen, Nanera. I told you this was going to happen. I told you this was going to happen, and I told you I wasn't ready for it, and I told you I wasn't going to be able to save you, and I told you.
It's fine. It's fine.
What do you think this is?
Oh god.
Okay.
Me?
No hat,
Hello?
no
Alright.
hat, man, Archer
So,
like that? Crazy.
If there is no Dixie, then we're gonna have Jade.
See, I'm glad Stargirl was there for this because I did say that this was going to happen. We have Brats, Brat Tamers, Brat Tamer Tamers, and Archer.
I will wear that crown. Let's go.
I need to put this. I need to
will
put this as
take that.
Archer's walk on now. This is absolutely going to be Archer's walk on.
I need a screenshot of that this minute. Hello.
That is an
Hannah.
interesting ecosystem right there.
Hold on a second. I'm
am.
giving this to Archer as a walk on right the fuck now. That's what's happening.
Panda. He can't hear me, but hello.
Why are you here? I already apologized.
I got hung up.
I'm
on.
digging his shorts right now.
No, don't drag him into this.
gas
Don't
up
you
anyone,
two
man.
are
Come
bad
on,
enough.
now,
Don't
just
drag
welcome
him
free.
into this.
Yeah.
I'm pulling Panda in here.
No.
No, you don't get to say no. No.
Like in the shorts, man.
No doesn't work on the brats. It doesn't work on me either.
Can you,
There's no
can you
power
hear
here,
me,
wizard.
Panda?
Actually, Archer just told Nanera no, and she is 404ing, bro.
Oh, okay. Hey, Archer. I like that. Do it again.
I got you, bro.
Alexa, you stay out of this.
All right. Archer now has a walk on that says we have Brats, Brat Tamers, Brat Tamer Tamers, and Archer.
Hey.
Incredible.
Congratulations,
Incredible.
man. Deserved.
What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. All right. We got gamers, we got casters. I'm going to give Nanera 10 minutes to pick herself up off the floor. You guys have fun.
Game time, fun time. Archer, congratulations after that huge dub you just pulled off. Now we're going to see some good dubs here in the field of battle.
Absolutely. We're here to see the big dubs. Is no Riz Respect making the first ban out the gate. Gonna go ahead and make the ban selection. What are we gonna see? A Sableye ban right off the bat. Wasn't expecting that one, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, wasn't expecting it.
I mean, to be fair, we just saw two players earlier today put that to really good use in that 2v2, so maybe just fearing the potential that that guy's got. Also, like, I don't know, sometimes you don't want to deal with gremlins, you know, you don't want to feed them after midnight, can't get them wet, not fun at all. No fun if they can only stay dry, but Crustle ban, that's a no-no. That team has got on my shit list.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're going to see the tree right out the bat. Now we got 3 trees on screen. What a glorious day this is. Now we've got to go ahead and see the Squirtle popping out. Going to go ahead and play some tank gaming. Luna here on the Blissey. Here for it. Here for it. Taking our big tanks and support picks off the bat right from the beginning. Love it.
No, don't do
No?
it. We had such a
Oh?
good streak of no Glaceon. Instead, gonna pick in the other icy boy instead with that little Ninetales. So we'll take that instead. Big Papa gonna rock the big Stoys potentially. Haven't seen a Clefable either, so gonna get a bit of fresh air here into this game. And with trees on the map, of course, that makes sense.
Fresh air and the weight of that gravity going to go ahead and stop anything from running in. Love to see it here. We're going to go ahead and see Fairy Jade popping in with the Blissey as well, and I will ego ult. We love to see more Venu gaming. We're seeing a whole lot of Venu right now. This is the Venu meta, in my opinion. I think the moment people realize that he is a good Phalanx counter on top of just the beams being back in town, I am all for this.
I mean, they got the tree, but, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but vines and whips excite me. So, good thing to see that Venusaur up on the map. It's a really good pick, too. I mean, we've seen it be executed so well by Jade, so makes sense that people are trying to find a bit of legacy there to capitalize on, but we're scrolling through the entire roster right now. The question is, who's it going to be to lock it out? It might just be our little guys?
Hello, the little guys. Let's go. I am here for this. We love the little guys. Let's shout out to the little guys out there. Give your local little man a high five. Give your short kings a good little bit of uppies here because they need it. We're going to go ahead and see all of this. I'm kind of excited. Partially because I love seeing the little guys, but also because Delphox means we're just going to see everybody spin, and I'm going to get to sing, "You make me spin right around like a record round." So, however that song goes, but I like seeing all the spins.
But what we're really trying to do is get them to drop it low, 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 low instead to the health bars at the very least when it comes to the Delphox damage they're going to be pumping out here. And, you know, uppies for the little guys, you have that Hydro Typhoon there on the Blastoise, so can provide them some uppies in that sense, but don't know if that's quite the uppies they're looking for because that damage is going to be big here. Again, I'm going to ask you the same question. You have a broken record, my friend, but we're going to spin it right round anyway. Who do we need to look at in terms of this early game? Where's the advantage going to lie?
Definitely the big level 4 evolutions here. We're going to see the Alolan Ninetales dropping into that Ninetale spot right off of that level 4. Huge freeze lane status here. There's going to be so much frozen stats here. Always remember to shave your Mamos here with Squirtle as we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started. I think that's going to be the really big spike to look out for here. They're probably going to end up in that top lane together if I had to guess. But I'm thinking the flames of that Delphox might just be able to help out a little bit if they do run that fire spin. It does kind of help prevent any of those CCs from running in too much. But a lot of those big level 4 spikes is what I think we're going to be looking for here.
Well, keep an eye to that as we see them be challenged here by the Icy combination. We saw a decent early game start here from a different team in this case, but the same picks that Swinub and Alolan Vulpix can be quite the threat if you let them get the jump on you. And indeed, they're trying to put the offense on early. First goal there scored by the little guys. Hey, big win there for the little men. And Fennekin, though, cannot say the same. Executed their own goal line. That was brutal.
Huge slow there at the beginning, just wasn't able to run back. Fennekin not having any mobility options does leave it a bit of an open target if it's caught out of position like that. We do see the big front line defense here on the goal from the Squirtle. The shield coming in just in time with a little bit of the save there from the Clefable. We love to see that big KO to go ahead and turn around what looked like death's door there for that Squirtle. All about the big saves here. As we're going to go ahead and see a little bit of a fight here as the ganks come out bottom lane. A little bit of damage coming out, but the eject buttons do get some saves there for the purple side. They are going to go ahead and get away just in time with a little bit of the speed from the flamethrower.
Level spread already looking to be in the advantage here of Orange. They're doing a solid job keeping up, but you had that brilliant defensive play top lane there from the Squirtle, now Wartortle. They're a big man now. You got to give credit there to holding the ground and having faith in your teammate to provide that shield at just the right moment to keep on. Get a great reversal, and now the momentum to be stalled a little bit. I think in front of the gank, you can move in. There's going to be the gravity trying to put some more damage on top of you. Water gun there to blast on top of the Swinub, slaps him around like as Will Smith says. Keep your Wartortle name out of your mouth, but not going to be able to take him down. Not going to be sent back to the Pokemon Center just yet.
Not just yet there. It does look like the tackle's going to go ahead and get him away. We got the big little guys here getting all sorts of huge XP and that advantage. Level 6 already over the tree. Does get the drop down on the stump. No growth for that tree today. We do go ahead and we see some big hits here in the middle lane. We got the moonlight shining down, getting all sorts of heals, making sure that Big Papa stays nice and big there with the nice health bar. We do get some damage dropping down. I see the Charizard dropping in here. Still a Charmeleon, though, hasn't quite hit that level 7. Does look like the Clefairy does get taken down here. Clefable not quite able to keep his teammates alive. Does look like he's going to have to go ahead and run away before he can get 11 XP to hit level 7.
It's so unfortunate. I mean, just once you stepped outside of your gold lines, unfortunately, Wartortle just didn't have the fancy moves to keep it on fighting. But here you're seeing something a bit atypical. Trevenant getting bullied out of their lane. By God, I wish I could pull on those same moves in my games. But they're making it happen so far and going to be trying to reverse the pressure just a little bit, going to level up there, but it might cost you real big. Not going to be put in the range of that superpowered basic attack. Going to get out just in time at the cost of a couple points there. Orange now 96-9 already, and the bottom tier 1 going to be eliminated. Clefable alongside just for a bit of extra damage.
Absolutely, and that was a huge move there from the Venusaur to be able to go ahead and score those last bits of points onto that bottom goal. Without the Flux Zone to go ahead and give them the extra speed from the purple side to jump down bottom, it does all but secure that Regirock for them, allowing them free game to go ahead and do that, as we saw there in the bottom lane. And only 1 point left on that top goal. Does look like Blissy's going to go ahead and pop it just to make sure they're a little bit slower back to top lane. They do go ahead and get some huge KOs here on the backside of purple team, though. Going to go ahead and come back in here just in time to go ahead and secure. Oh, looks like Blissey does go ahead and get the secure before getting KO'd, though. Looks like at the A9, maybe the back end of that boosted basic attack does secure the Regieleki. That is a huge turnaround there for the orange team.
I mean, turnaround, but look at the scoreboard. It's only just going to be continued domination on their side. It's so unfortunate for purple. They made a good play. They just couldn't quite execute, and now they're paying the price. Middle farm being secured. They're being starved out completely. And once you're malnourished like that, you're just going to be desperate for any sense of plays, and if you get too desperate, you might start making some mistakes that you wouldn't otherwise.
Absolutely. Speaking of, we do see a little bit of a frontline defense, just the Clefable down here in the bottom lane. That's a little bit risky, just having the single support defending a lane where you don't know, have a lot of vision of the rest of your opponent's team. You're not quite sure where they could be popping out from. That was a little bit of a risky move, but it does go ahead and push them back from any sort of additional goals onto that tier 2 there. It does look like there's a whole lot of middle farm being taken by the orange side, keeping all sorts of XP economy on their side of the map. Does get that level 9 there on the Mammo. That is a huge power spike, giving them all sorts of additional tankiness for their team.
But if we're talking about tank, that's great, but you need Spank too, you need the damage, and right now you're talking about the Delphox earlier, we're not seeing it happen. 3 levels down to the opposition's attacker, it's looking rough. More gold being dropped in here, they're trying to mount a counter-offensive, but it's just not going to work out. Fable gets some points on, but it's only going to be a consolation prize, because the damage is being dropped on top of your head. The tree is fallen, global warming begins once again.
Absolutely. Squirtle's got the tank, looks like Lico's got the spank there on all the whole crowd jumping in with all of those little hands dropping in. All the damage going to go ahead and secure this Regirock nice and quick there, giving them an additional damage or damage resistance there at the bottom of this lane. Going to go ahead and be able to push this T2 goal. Looks like a whole team push here. Might just get them a whole bunch of extra points instead of rotating top.
At the very least, at top, you get a bit of farm there from that flock of birds, but will it be enough? Blaster trying to keep Venusaur occupied while the rest of the cavalry arrives to the scene. Could find yourself a nice kill here, and if you can grab that with that Hydro Typhoon, you can also grab yourself potentially that first tier 1. Venusaur trying to step up and stop it. Not going to succeed, but staying alive despite that. The Flux Zone is gone, so it's going to be a bit harder to retreat. Manages to get the kill despite that. Finds the double onto Clefable. Sent right back to the Pokemon Center for you. Venusaur just cannot be stopped.
Huge play there for the Venusaur. I really thought the purple side was going to go ahead and just try to rip that Regieleki while the purple team was still regrouping over in their jungle, getting ready to push up the top. So I was wondering what was going to happen there, but it does look like our Phalanx is going to come in and potentially get the secure here with the Unite move. There it is. We got a whole crowd spinning around with those shields. Going to go ahead and get the last little bit of damage onto that Regieleki. Going to push towards this tier 2 goal. It is looking like all sorts of avalanche here, trickling down for the side of our orange team.
It's just an action replay. The Regieleki once again stolen. So unfortunate, and the damage going to be dropped on them as they D-Day launch themselves into so much offensive pressure here. But Alolan Ninetales feeling that pressure right back. Blastoise cannot be denied. Putting on the hero play once again. When they're inside their goal, they're unstoppable. Tree going to be cut down once again by the opposition Plant Mon, but will fall right afterwards. Top 4 taking down Clefable too. Trying to spin them right around now. Delphox going to put on a bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. There goes the Venusaur finally, but the little guys are going to be the big playmakers here in this game.
That was a big play there. Going to go ahead and get the last little bit of goal there, pushing into that tier 2, leaving nothing but the home base left for our purple side. Doesn't look like there's going to be enough time for another Regieleki to spawn, but the basement Regi does drop in there. Does look like we're going to go ahead and have ourselves a basement Regi for the last 40 seconds here before Rayquaza spawns. But all is not lost quite yet. It is less than a 500-point lead. We're only looking at about 300-point difference here. So there is a Ray, so there is still a way for our purple team to come back. They just have to be really careful with these last couple of moments here, trying to push into this Rayquaza fight.
Regigi's going to be the pick here. I mean, we're going for it. All members of Orange dedicated. Purple maybe having some reconsideration, though. It might be a bit too late, though, my friend. You already were invited to the slumber party. You got to stay around for a bit longer. But Mom said they can come back home, pick them up from the house with the quickness, and Clefable is there to try to give them some heals, make them feel better about that one for being excluded from the play. Rayquaza's here. When there's a Ray, there's a way. Like you said, Archer, the question is who will take it off?
Absolutely, this fight's going to break out a little bit here. We see the big Blastoise here going to go ahead and just kind of bush check a bit there with the Hydro Spin. So we're going to go ahead and see a little bit here. The Rapid Spin, we're not quite able to do enough damage to do a whole lot of poking until just now. They're getting a little bit of damage down, but it wasn't quite enough. We see the Bliss Assistance drop there onto the Mamoswine, just making sure all sorts of tank just stays on that front line and pushes everything back, as now the Phalanx chasing that dragon down. We've got the Knight and the dragon fighting here in the back of this jungle. It does look like they're going to go ahead and get away, and that Rayquaza does stay alive another day, meaning Charizard's going to have to make a quick getaway. Otherwise, Squirtle might just catch him out of position.
It's the classic battle here within the Gen 1 starters, but Mamoswine's going to make it a bit of a handicap match. At this point, Orange recognizes we don't need to risk this Ray. It's they on the side of Purple who need to try to take this objective to make sure they can have any chance of staking in it. But that just means that they're opening themselves up for a whole mountain loads of damage. Ice is going to slam them right back down to Kingdom Come. Blastoise will follow right afterwards, and Trevenant will be cut down to size. It's another decisive fight here from Orange. Delphox hiding the bushes, but that flame glows brightly, my friend. You might be giving yourself away in just a second, but they're just going to allow their fire friend in flames to go down as well. Alolan Ninetales will be taken off the map, but the question is, can Delphox grab that Rayquaza with any chance of actually making a comeback here? Just goes for the Burger Slam instead, but at this point, so much to make up. 25 seconds left on the mark. Not sure if it's going to be enough here, Archer.
I don't think it will be either. It does look like the coordination from our orange side here was just too good in all of these team fights. Being able to stick together in a lot of these and single out the damage dealers nice and early in a lot of these fights has kind of cost our purple team the match, it looked like here. It was almost every time there was a push here from the tank on our purple side, there was a very quick turnaround from the Phalanx Mamoswine, just pulling them in and making sure they get brought down nice and quick. So it does look like that's going to go ahead and secure orange team the win this time around.
Those Ice Fangs from Mamoswine were just so efficient at just absolutely displacing anyone and putting them back in the midst. It's like when we saw that one game with that Machamp and Buzzwole. Displacement can be so annoying to deal with because one moment you think you're with your team, you're having a good time, and then the next moment you're parting with the opposite side and they are not there for a good time. So unfortunately, going to take the L there, but great job there to Orange.
Definitely great job there, especially look at this, the KOs there on the Venusaur. 13 KOs and 12 assists throughout that match. There's all sorts of damages being launched left and right by all the Venu players this evening. Shout out to all the Venu players. This has just been all sorts of great showing from y'all so far. Super fantastic to see. Love look at just how much damage Blastoise can do too. Dropping 78k on a defender Pokemon, that's huge. They're just showing you that most of our defenders in the game, they're really all-arounders. Who are we kidding? Tree, all-arounder. Blastoise, all-arounder. They're all just crazy at dealing damage just as much as they are taking it. So I am super proud to see a lot of that here on the field.
I mean, it's what Crunch you mentioned earlier. It's the fact that these players, you know, despite just being maybe community players just hanging around, lurking a little bit, they are here for blood. And when they get on that stage, they want to put on a show. I'm not just talking about the Mr. Mime ult. They did a great job here on both sides. Respect to no respect. Unfortunately, was not quite able to make it happen this time. It's because the Crustle was banned, I swear.
It's definitely because the Crustle was banned. It took away the one tool they needed. They needed the Crustle to win the game. You're absolutely right. It had nothing to do with the Leafeon ban. I promise you. So I think you're absolutely right there.
But nonetheless, hopefully going to be seeing some big things from these players again in the future. I mean, I think it's actually been every single time little guys has taken to the field, I think they've won. So that might just be the win con we're looking for here. Just secure little guys. Obviously, the character who loaded into the game most recently is going to be the best. It's just gamer math.
It's just how these games work, you know? They're the new character. They're obviously OP. It does look like we are going to go ahead and see a lot of that there. I love the 108k popping out from there. The huge heals coming out from Jade. Over 50% of the team's heals popping out of that one character, just showing you how much bliss he can keep the people on the field, which is super fantastic. And another 48k there from Sarab Boy there. I love seeing all sorts of the Clefable plays. It just looked like there wasn't enough for Clefable to be disabling for it to be the most effective. But that's okay. It was still a wonderful showing from all sides, so I'm excited to see our next match.
Absolutely. And Crunchy, just Almighty in the Sky, once again, your thoughts. What do you think about that game as we saw it happen?
You know what? I was honestly, it was really, really close for a hot second. It was really close. I enjoyed a lot of the engagements. I think that they were really deliberate. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that Luna and Soul were on opposing teams. And I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was accidental, but there were some very, very deliberate engagements. I think my favorite part of that whole match would probably happen in the first couple of minutes of the game, when Dewdra was defending tier 1 against Luna and Squirtle,
huge play.
and was at 1 HP, and just Clef just came out of nowhere and just saved him like right in the nick of time, and then they turned it around and Luna ended up going down. So I think it just goes to show, like, you can have an early scaling game, you can have a late scaling game, but I think honestly, it just really comes down to what happens in the moment that you're engaging, regardless of how soon it is in the game. And I think that was probably one of the most exciting moments for me. But, really, really, I was rooting for Smash because I know how it's hard out here in these Thea Sky streets for a little Charizard sometimes. And I know that, it's really difficult to try and get him up to level 9, and you got to have that big follow up and that follow through. So I was really rooting for Smash out there. But I love that Smash comes through, honestly, with a lot of off meta picks. When we talk about Smash playing Crustle, when we talk about Smash playing, Charizard, Smash is usually on the Goro. He's very much a Machamp main, and so we're kind of used to seeing that. So I love seeing him out here on these different mons. I will ego ult our friend Ahestra on that Venusaur. Is the reason I don't play Venusaur anymore, because they are them when it comes to Venu. So I absolutely loved seeing that. What happened, Ribbon? If I join call and turn on my webcam to prove I'm blindfolded, you have to get the rest of the lobby to agree to that, ma'am.
If the rest of the lobby agrees, I'm down. I'm so down for it.
I would love to see Ribbon play blindfolded. I think that would be hilarious. You'd have to get the rest of the lobby to agree. So here's the thing. So when Ribbon's lobby comes up, and we'll ask you guys, this is an EXMON free custom lobby, right? Ribbon said, what if I play blindfolded? Can I play Miraidon? And I was like, I would love to see that. So Ribbon is offering with proof. Okay, with proof. Oh, this is your lobby? Okay, Ribbon is offering with proof that she will be blindfolded if she's allowed to play Miraidon.
Or supports plus blindfolded Miraidon. That'd be so funny.
Who's in the lobby with Ribbon?
We got the Pina Squad.
All right, Pina Squad, you guys need to speak on this.
And then Aaron, Frost Bunny, Poke Ryan.
So Aaron said they'll allow it.
If we get this to work, I would love to see Ribbon she's sitting there with a blindfold on and just has her team guide her with like call outs on where to aim. I think that'd be so funny.
Ender says we shall discuss around the Pina table. You cannot ban Miraidon. If we allow this to happen, you cannot ban Miraidon.
That would be so shitty.
What do you want? I will end the game.
Maybe the opponents have to call out Marco Polo just so that they can help him out.
Right.
Rex says sure, why not?
We need proximity chat in Pokemon Unite.
Hi,
we do need proximity. Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Which Miraidon build? The blindfolded one.
Like post-death chat, like they do in Call of Duty.
Yes.
That'd be so funny. It'd be super toxic, but it'd be hilarious.
Oh, of course. Dude, my voice chat is still turned off in Pokemon Unite. I've yet to venture into that realm. I'm too scared.
I've had it unmute by mistake twice, and I'm just like, oh, ew.
Like, yeah, it's never pretty. Never pretty.
Don't imagine. Coming from Smite, that's what you learn early. Mute instantly. Insta mute.
Insta mute, yes. If
Yeah.
if you don't know who you're playing with, it's usually an insta mute in solo queue. I cannot begin to detail the absolutely terrible things that have been said in Smite chat.
Big facts.
I like.
Oh my gosh, it's
I,
horrible.
you know what? I learn from the people on Twitter who have these experiences with people in the voice chat in Pokemon Unite. I just don't ever turn mine on.
That part. I have it disabled. But once on a
It's
blue
probably
moon,
a
I'll
good
hit a
idea. It's for the
button.
best. It's
All
for the
right,
best.
so the Pina table has spoken. They are allowing the Miraidon play. Now, Ribbon, would you be willing to join the stream together so I can put you on stream so people can see you playing blindfolded?
Also,
gonna
Kyle,
be
to answer
all
your
the better.
question, we're gonna have to like move things around. So
Yes? Okay, I'm going to send it right
Yep.
now. Oh, this is going to be so good.
This is gonna be so fantastic. I am all about this right now.
This is going to be so good. Honestly, I should have voice disabled. All I get are angry Hispanics. Listen, I don't care if you're yelling at me in a language I don't even understand. Just understand that when you're yelling at me, this is who you're yelling at too.
It's always at 2 a.m. too. Like being a Texas local, the later in the evening I am, the more likely I am to get thrown into a Brazilian server, and it's honestly kind of fun because they play such
Fantastic.
different meta than we do, and it's an interesting time for sure.
No, my
Taiwan says
favorite,
come at me, bro.
huh? My
Taiwan
favorite is
says come at me, bro.
my favorite is when you end up in like in the Asia servers. Because their play style is 100% different than ours.
Yep.
And I learned very quickly not to solo queue at 3 a.m. Pacific because I'm bored and can't sleep. I got
You will very quickly end up in
rolled.
Yep. I did that in Seattle one weekend. I was playing really early in the morning and ended up in an Asia server, and they were running. It was like I ended up against a 5-stack running score comp, and I was like, "What do I do right now? People in America don't do this."
And they're so tactile and so aggressive. I'm like,
It's so
play
impressive.
the pad. And they're like, nah, fuck it. We W key. I was like, oh, I'm just a Pikachu.
We do W key here. There's Ribbon, my goat.
Ribbon!
Yo.
I'm so excited for this. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up the lobby, and then we can get everybody loaded in. Nanera, do you want to go ahead and call the lobby for me, please?
Yeah, we got Enderglaze, Mine Hack, Solar Tile, Mashed Potato Johnson, Pina, Rex. There's 6 of you. There's only 5 per team. Y'all discuss amongst yourself who's gonna beat the people out. Aaron, Frost Buddy, Pokerian,
Definitely the
and
first Ribbon, the first one.
The first one.
The first one. First one, Ribbon.
The
for
first
sure.
one. Yeah.
Yes. The cat mask. 100%.
Ribbon, you're so pretty.
Is Ribbon in the call? I can't hear her.
No, she's
Nope.
she's in stream together, but not in the Discord.
I don't hear her in stream together though. Oh, I think.
It's
Oh, I
muted.
can hear her. No, she's not muted. I can hear her. She's just not talking.
Okay, I think I might have had Ribbon muted from the last time we were casting together. There we go. I fixed it.
Rude.
I can now. Yes.
Yo. What's good, Ribbon?
Okay.
Oh, this is so good. Okay, so she is going to blindfold once the game starts. Obviously, she cannot be blindfolded during draft. We are not banning Miraidon. This is a gentle person's handshake across the board.
Good thing Taco's not in the game.
Riven is the prettiest cat I know. Facts.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Oh yes, Daddy. Thank you, Jade. Oh, all right. Tywin's offended now. All right. He said, I thought I
Cat
was the
like, "No."
prettiest cat you knew. No, you're not.
Rip.
It's Ribbon.
This is officially the memeiest thing I've ever done. The content's gonna be so good.
Yes, this is content right here for sure.
All right, I believe we are ready to get things started. Remember, this is a general person's bet. There is a handshake across the board. There will be no blind. There will be no banning Miraidon. All right, as this is agreed upon. Ribbon will not be blindfolded during the draft and preparation phase. She will be blindfolded once the game starts. Casters, have fun with this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so hyped.
We will. I mean, we've been accessorizing all day, but certainly the blindfold's got to top us all, putting us all to shame. Ribbon Chew, ladies and gentlemen and MBs, this is going to be a good one.
This is gonna be such a good one. I'm super excited. Ribbon is goated at this game for anyone who does not know. Playing with Ribbon is like playing Unite with God. So I'm excited to see what she's able to pull off while blindfolded. I think it's still gonna be pretty fantastic. Ribbon, are you in like a VC with your teammates at all? Do you get to hear anything they're calling out to you?
Ribbon's too locked in.
Okay, so
Blind
no,
and
not even
deaf.
call outs, not even a seeing eye dog, just pure blind, playing off the sound effects. I'm here for it.
This is what it would be like, I suppose, if Helen Keller was playing Pokemon Unite in the VGC. Now we know. Hey, it's a good experience. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I mean, as far as a blind Miraidon, Archer, walk me through the mechanics of how Ribbon Shoe's gonna have to play to ensure that she stays on top.
I think the big key here is going to be playing around Miraidon's like tracking moves and just kind of being able to lay those down effectively, because it's going to be really hard to land the more skill shot attacks while blindfolded. I think relying on the sure hits and relying on things that will track targets will allow her to actually do some damage on the field without having to worry too much. I think that's probably going to be the key here, and then just playing off the sound effects, because there are sound cues for whenever attacks do land a certain way, or when XP is gained, when level ups happen, when scores are made and whatnot. So I think if she's able to pay really, really close attention to the sound effects around her, they might be able to pull something off. We'll see.
We do have the Glaceon making its first appearance for tonight's Customs, and that's also useful to your side. I mean, I don't know if Sarah Boy is playing also with a blindfold, but that's certainly a character you could do pretty well with those Icicle Spears on your side. So overall, I'm liking how this comp's looking. It's got some good tools to try to push members off of Ribbon Chew who might be blindly stumbling into the opponent's side of the field when she really wants to go to her own. So looking forward to seeing how this all shakes up, to say the least, Archer.
I am super excited for this. This is going to be super fun. Thankfully, unlike other MOBAs, there's only one direction to push on the control stick to move back towards her own base. So at least escaping shouldn't be too hard of an issue, but it's even just knowing when to start escaping is probably going to be really challenging when you can't even see your own health bar, let alone the health bars of your opponents around you. So I think we're going to see a whole lot of A pushing, a whole lot of W key here, just kind of pressing up on that control stick, making sure we are running it down in all sorts of fun ways.
Hold on a second. I just realized Ribbon Chew's stepping up against Uptown Girl and Downtown Girl. Chad has alerted me to this fact. This will impact gameplay. The fact that they have the power of Billy Joel himself on their side. Archer, walk me through how that's going to impact our mid game.
I think this is going to be really huge here with the Uptown Girl playing the Mime. There's going to be a lot of stuns getting dropped on all the sides here. I think it's going to be really up to the tree and the Wigglytuff here to go ahead and make sure that we're laying down enough CC to prevent anything on that side from rushing up too far onto Miraidon in the back line. So I think it's going to be really pivotal for them there to catch those early and catch them quick to go ahead and continue to potentially win some games.
It's going to be a question if we can see the Squirtle throw some hands, and if enemies are going to be catching those, because once again, taking the top lane, you can see some amazing defensive plays that we saw before, but with that Glaceon laning against the up top, it's gonna be a bit scary the prospect, especially if we get those lethal spears up online, or those ice spears up online nice and early. But so far, first goal they scored by the little Phantom boy. Lost in the forest, but not lost in the lane, knowing where to put down the points where they count.
Absolutely, and it did look like Miraidon there was able to go ahead and get down into lane, which is nice. They were able to do so successfully. Not quite sure where they're wandering off to right now.
Waiting for Reggie. You know,
waiting for Reggie. They'll be there for a whole 2 minutes. But you know what? We love a patient queen, so I'm all for it. We got the Miraidon waiting down there as the gank comes into bottom lane. We do see some things going in, some A pushes getting dropped here, as it does go ahead and look like we're gonna go ahead and see our first drop of the Miraidon for this match. But that is A-okay. It does look like the orange team is not discouraged by any means. They do have a 2-point lead at the moment. So they were able to take the early lead, and even some early XP here in the top lane. Does look like that Glaceon, though, is struggling just a little bit to hit that level 4.
Gotta say, I think it's a real missed opportunity for Orange to have not picked up Mr. Mime. Could have put down some barriers to guide the pathing of Ibinchu on this pick.
You know, that's right.
You
got a good point.
Rocks here. You could have just made like a narrow hallway bit by bit to make sure Miraidon is ferried to their path safely. But instead, unfortunately, going to be on the victimization end of that Mr. Mime. These barriers are going to be such a bitch to play up against because Ibinchu just got no idea when they're placed in front of her. Rough.
We do see the secure there for the Wiggly does allow them to hit their level 5 mark. They do become Wiggly tough finally as the Meowscarada gank does come down here, looking to maybe deal some damage in the back, but they do get the huge stun dropped there by the Mime. Gonna go ahead and push away that Meowscarada from being able to do any damage. Does look like the Mime gets a good barrier down there on the Miraidon as well. Miraidon able to push back just a little bit without having to worry too much about getting KO'd, but there's the Zeraora dash it in for absolutely free 99. Does end up catching that KO.
Wigglytuff, unfortunately, also put on the sacrificial altar, trying to save Irvintru from an untimely death, but does not succeed. Just stakes their life for the claim as well. It's absolute chaos here in bot lane, but Mr. Mime might pay the price. Both these players are able to see, so they are able to finish the kill. Good job there, Wigglytuff. Rolling out a little bit, gonna roll right into the goal there, but only got blood on the Mine. A quick smack. Gonna put down Mew into some pretty low health, but not going to be dying right now. Meanwhile, Miraidon makes their way down to the Reggie once again. This time, they're on time.
They are definitely on time this time here at the bottom lane for the Reggie. Does look like they're going to go ahead and base here out of nowhere. Does look like they're going to go ahead and make sure they reset their positioning to try and figure out where exactly she went. As we got the Blastoise doing some bush checking here, trying to make sure before the Mime Wall comes in and prevents the rollout of death there in the bottom lane from that Wiggly. That was a really smart move there with the barrier, so I love to see it. That was a huge play from the Mr. Mime. Does look like a fight is going to go ahead and break out here. Get the first KO on the field from that Blastoise, KOing the Glaceon. Does give a good space here for the purple team to push up.
Yeah, not being able to now toss him as ice from lane. Reggie Ice getting secured there by purple team. Zeraora with the final blow. Trevenant was able to make their way on out quickly before the bloodshed was all said and done, but Meowscarada was fallen victim as well. The two cats going to be eliminated. The Humane Society will not support this stream.
I don't think they will. There's a whole lot of cats getting hit in the face with icicles and fireballs and things right now. I don't think PETA would approve. But you know what? That's okay, because I don't feel like crying in the arms of an angel right now. The only angels we need to worry about is helping Miraidon get back to lane as they do go ahead and reset their positioning to go ahead and try to figure out where exactly they've run off to.
It's like where's Carmen Sandiego, but with the blindfold, and in this case, she's trying to actually find her way around too. She doesn't even know where she is. So interesting games here we're playing. Kind of just blasting all around, having a good time. Glaceon cannot say the same thing. Neither can Meowscarada. The grass has been mowed. The team's been clipped. Only Cinder is going to try to put some basics into the back now. Oh, Miraidon does turn around. Can you get a hit off? Come on, Rivenchu! Oh, so close. You're dead. You're totally dead.
Ribbon definitely did get KO'd there, 100%. And that's okay. They landed the one shot. She got the one shot before getting KO'd there. We're here for it. We do. She is definitely level 7, going on level 8 now, so we love to see it. At least there is some XP getting dropped on the field. It's not too much to come back from still here at the 5-minute mark of the game. So even with this deficit, it is still anyone's game.
definitely, but unfortunately with 4 minutes left, it's a pretty big deficit at the same time, like you said. And like you always have said, if there's a ray, there's a way, but the question is, what way will Miraidon find to actually reach that objective? Now gonna D-Day launch themselves up to top lane. Hey, good job getting there at the very least, but sadly no one quite there to meet her in that. Instead, Trevenant gonna putting the damage there on his Aurora. Nice performance there to try to find that damage. Cinderace though, harassing with those basics. One Powerball will finish the trick on either one of these. Puts the Ignite move there onto Wigglytuff, finishes the job, but Trevenant still got damage with plenty, runs into the barrier. Might be able to finish this time before going down. No, not quite. These Jazz hands are too good.
Those Jazz hands did stay alive just a little bit longer, kept the shields up and going, does allow their team to go ahead and start gripping and ripping this bottom Reggie here. Does give them the Reggie Rock to go ahead and boost their defenses as they move up towards this bottom lane. It's huge damage dropping out. Got the Blaze Kick there. Eject button dropped by the Glaceon to save them a little bit longer. Leaving their Meowscarada dry, though, as they go ahead and do get clipped there. No more Sassy Salad today. We're going to go ahead and eat our whole meal as they go ahead and start pushing into this base goal.
Not looking dry right now as Blastoise just gets everyone a bit wet and wild. Brilliant Hydro Typhoon there to just get a few more damage for the stat forward. Nice job there. And now some brilliant barriers there to stall their retreat. Miraidon though on the offensive. This might be your time to shine. Come on, turn around. It's right there. It goes for the Balto instead. That Balto was asking for it, to be fair. Underneath the threat of the Cinderace, basics will fall. Cinderace is that Balto's #1 fan.
Absolutely, that Cinderace is definitely Baltoy's #1 fan. KO and all of them there with the A pushes here. We are B pushers here in lane as we do go ahead and we see the Blastoise and Zeraora going to go ahead and try to secure this Regieleki in the top lane. Maybe get them some extra points here in the top lane. Does look like Ribbon is there, ready to push him back, but there is nothing there for Ribbon to be shooting at. So Ribbon does go ahead back onto this goal. Trying to go ahead, and we see the Pyro Balls just being kicked all over the place in this top lane. Does look like they're going to almost push that. There's the Reggie into that top goal. They are going to drop all sorts of damage. And there goes the Draco Meteor onto almost hitting something there.
Yeah, they must have the Silph Scope equipped because right now Ribbon Shoe's seeing ghosts and firing at them too. But you know what? If we're playing in the... We're playing the tower. We're playing the Pokemon Tower right now, where the ghosts can all be seen here. Ribbon 2 gonna throw some thunders there at the Wigglytuff. I'm sure they did something to deserve that too. But Ribbon 2 gonna back to base for a nice reset there, and Cinderace will do the same.
Absolutely. And as we go ahead and we see this Ray fight evolve, they are going to go ahead and take some good positioning on both sides here. Though we're not quite sure how this fight is going to break out. It does look like Ribbon is ready in position, getting those shots lined up to maybe do some bush checking here with those charge beams. Could even end up working out in their favor because that Thunder does chase down a couple of targets there on the blue side.
Unfortunately, just going to be a bit of pressure. Not going to actually find too much damage there. That certainly will. Yeesh. Mew's solar beams are already hitting for fuku numbers. We're going to try to restore a bit of that health back. And Rollout can do a bit of damage there, but it's just too thick. Mitt is being dropped down, and already Glaceon's out of it. So is Meowscarada. The Cats have once again been put down in the back line. You have Zeraora getting taken out off the board. At least it's one for your troubles, but Miraidon will once again be reacquainted in the Pokemon Center alongside Trevenant. That's almost complete wipe there. Wigglytuff will make it. So Rayquaza has already been a foregone conclusion, but Purple now with their lead, 300 up on the board, a minute left. They don't even need to start this objective.
Absolutely not. They can just sit here and defend this objective for the last minute here, and they should be A-okay. It does feel like they're going to go ahead and take advantage of this extra time that they have. Maybe Cinder's going to do a little bit of A-pushing just to kind of do some damage, maybe bait out a fight here to go ahead and try to break out the team fight. It does look like the Draco Meteor from Ribbon does get a couple of hits there for a moment, but backing off just a little bit early because she has no idea where she's at.
A few more bush checks for people that are cluing out in the bushes. You know what? You never know. They could sneak up on you. Could be a 6th player. Zeraora prowling around, trying to find any unlucky inhabitants. And gonna be picking up Miraidon potentially, but Wigglytuff doing a good job peeling for their friend, knowing that they're blind. You can't pick on my friend like that. That's gonna be Rayquaza, secured though by Purple. Good attempt there by Orange. Now the damage is gonna follow right afterwards. Wigglytuff already on the scene. Trevenant as well. It's a complete, utter wipe. Devastation. Don't gotta be blind to know this is not looking good for Orange.
Does look like Ribbon is going to go ahead and take the blindfold off and see just what terror awaits her as she goes ahead and sees the purple team just dunking all sorts of Hondo burgers in there. Does go ahead and secure them a huge win.
Huge day here for Crunch's gaming history. You did.
You
something.
definitely did
You
something.
did something. I don't know if you should repeat it, but you did something. You got assist.
Ribbon got the 1 assist. That's fantastic. Big, yep,
Huge.
100%. You definitely did something. You did some damage. You pushed the buttons. Like they say in Persona, you never saw it coming.
No. I certainly did.
I definitely enjoyed that. Look at that. You did more, almost 10k. You did almost 10k health. Hi, Ribbon. That was fantastic.
Everyone dropped some huge props in the chat for my friend Ribbon Chew there. She did a fantastic job.
Everybody bark in chat for Ribbon. That was fantastic.
Bark, bark.
Please.
This is literally the most wholesome thing I've ever seen in my life.
Crunchy, I'm having flashbacks of assisted blindfolded. gameplay.
No, Ribbon was completely blind.
I know.
Gotta respect that resolve.
That
Absolutely. We're gonna have to make a whole like day out of this where we just have a blindfolded player being guided around by people making callouts. I think that'd be so fun.
I agree.
We've done it.
Marco Polo Pokemon.
Marco Polo Pokemon.
did better than half
Not
of the
something
write-ons in my solo queue. Ribbon, you're the best. You're literally the best. That was so good. My face hurts. I was smiling the whole time. My face hurts so bad right now.
It was
was
so
so
funny to
fun.
watch how many resets. I wish recalls were a stat because every time she was like, "Bro, I don't know where the fuck I am."
The casting was so good.
Better fucking back.
The cast, Ribbon, regardless of what happens, if you get the MVP or not, I'm pulling this entire match. This entire match is going on YouTube. It was just so good.
That's so funny.
Congratulations.
Holy.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
All right, I will check with the casters. Do you guys need another break since it is the top of the hour? Or are you good to push right on through?
I'm good. I'm good.
chilling.
Yeah,
We're vibing?
Yeah, we're
after that, how
vibing.
can you not be?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
We're energized after that.
For real.
Yeah, no, that
I
was...
can't wait to see what all 10 players with sight can do. We can see amazing plays out of that.
Just
Like,
came back to the game today and tried Gyarados. This shit's broken. Wait until you get a load of phalanx, friend.
That being said, it is going to be coming up with a commercial break here in about 4 minutes. So.
Okay. So it'll probably take us about... Look at my hair. What is my hair doing? It'll probably take us about that long to get a lobby loaded. So let's go ahead and call out the next 10.
All right, in the next lobby, we have Christian, Power Bottom Kyle, Linnell, Meowtooth, Omega, Jade, Noyo, Squirtle, Papadoodra, and Hestra. Kyle, I'm sorry, I got folded like laundry earlier. I have to send it somewhere else right now.
Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might have had an ADHD moment. Ribbon, were you asking me if you get to stay in this next lobby to have an actual match? Is that what you were asking me? I completely just spaced on what you asked me at the end of the match.
this time she wants noise canceling headphones.
Never mind. I spaced on what you asked me at the end of the match, and I'm looking at you in the lobby, and I was like, wait a minute. Did she ask to get like another match in? Was that what you asked?
Squirtle, you did here, Squirtle.
Hold on. I want to make sure. Did I space? I asked if I needed to leave the stream together. Oh! Okay, that's what I thought you. That's what I thought you asked. Okay, that's what I. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I can remove you then. Oh, Greenlee, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, friend. Okay, so who's name the lobby again? I'm struggling.
All right, we got Christian, Power Bottom Kyle, Linnell, Meowtooth, Omega, Jade, Noyo, Squirtleston, Papadoodra, and a Hestra.
I went to the wrong screen. Jade's in this one?
Yes.
Okay. Squirtle says, I just want the community to play. Squirtle,
Are you saying you're not part of the
you
community?
are the community, friend.
Just saying.
Squirtle's the man. We need him in here.
The homie.
We need the homies. Squirtle, we still gotta catch a game of Naruto soon. I want to play you at Storm. We talked about that when that game was coming out, and then we never did.
All right, we are looking for a Mewtwo's.
Mewtwo's!
And a No-Yo. Right? Yeah.
Oh, I
There's
do
no
want the
use to
smoke
right?
on Storm. I absolutely hecking do want the smoke.
Hecking.
Yeah, it's one of my
All right,
favorite meme
do
words.
we have No-Yo? Where's Percival?
I'm sad my buzz is gone because I ate food.
Well, that's counterproductive.
Yeah.
He wants smoke. Everyone runs slow smoke. We need to have at least like one chaos match per customs.
I mean, we can always pull out the
That'd be fun,
wheel.
too.
Actually, we need to do a customs with the chaos wheel because I just want to hear. I want to make one of our guest casters uncomfortable, make them say Thanos' wet dream.
Or probably in the pink.
Yeah.
Yep, I do remember those during auditions. Those were fun.
Hi, Kay. All right. Well, not next. Well, let me see. Hold on. Let me see who's our casting lineup for the rest of the month. Hold on.
Oh, that's right. I can go look.
I need to. Oh, we have to do it on the 22nd. Because that is the one you asked me about earlier. That is the one you thought it was today.
Oh,
We have to do that on the 22nd.
Yep.
Okay. Chaos Customs on the 22nd.
That's gonna be fun.
I can't wait. All right, so no No-Yo and no Mewtwo's.
All right. Up next then is gonna be Dr. Professor Smash, and it's Purr.
Smash and Purr. Who is it? You guys will have to find out. Stay tuned. You guys know I make my announcements at the last minute.
Game.
Today was extra super last minute because I was nowhere near a computer for the last 2 days. All right, there's Smash.
Riz Master.
We have an ad break. Who was the other one we were looking for? Purr?
Purr.
Is Purr still in the chat? I haven't seen her since her game.
Negative Ghost Rider. Okay.
Okay.
So. Swaraj?
Swaraj?
Swaraj? However. Yes.
Swaraj?
Are you still here? I also don't see them in chat, so they get 45 seconds to respond, or they're gonna get moved.
Okay.
Cool.
So D'Lo,
Yeah, D'Lo, where'd you get that hat?
Oh. Archer first. He takes
I
precedence.
just want to know where you got your beanie.
Oh, dude, well, funny story. So I recently moved to Buenos Aires, and the Spanish that I speak is like, it's not typical gringo Spanish. Like, I speak okay Spanish as far as my accent goes, but I sound, they teach you, in America at the very least, you might know as well, like, they teach our neighbors Spanish, they teach Central American Spanish, and also
Right.
people that I talk to in Spanish were Central American, so I was playing basketball with some people, and they told me I sound like a Mexican cartoon, because I say maldición! I don't say mierda, which is like the more typical thing to say here. So there, I saw this hat in like a street market. And I was like, bro, Speedy Gonzalez, I'm about to cross some ankles up. Next time they catch me on the court, bro, they're about to be seeing this. When they're down on the ground, that'll be me with this Speedy Gonzalez hat. So had to pick that one up.
Fantastic.
All right.
don't know
Well,
where
my
you're at,
question
man. That's
wasn't
a
as
real
interesting. I was just gonna ask if D'Lo has been eyeballing any favorites for the MVP without giving it away.
All right. Next is gonna be Glide.
I would say, not so much as eyeballing, it's more so. I don't think eyeballing is the right word given the sensory limitations of this player, but I don't know. We've still got more to see, so there's a few on my mind. There's a few on my mind. I want to keep my cards close to my chest real quick, Crunch. So, got to find out.
That works. All right, we're getting Glide. Nice to see Omega here tonight too. Hi, friends. I feel like my camera is completely zoomed out from like the rest of your guys's. How do I fix this?
By zooming it in.
That's usually helpful.
Give me 1 second as we're getting.
I'm sorry. It's just right there.
Hello, I'm using both my eyes.
What? Get out! Ridiculous.
Yeah, everybody in this lobby has to play with one eye closed.
Never before seen tech here in Pokemon Unite.
Seriously.
People
Okay,
using their sensory
I'm gonna.
organs.
Can I do this? Can I do this maybe? And then, like, not like, oh, that doesn't work at all. Wait, because then I'm like, oh no, that doesn't. Wait. Oh yeah, I can put it back here. It's just my camera's so big.
Ayo.
I said what I said. Okay, let's see how that impacts this over here then. Hi, Minty. Minty, why do you always come in at moments like this? No, that had absolutely no impact. I can't. I would have to zoom it in here. That doesn't work. That had absolutely no impact. Minty always comes in when we're being like complete degenerates. Where did Archer go? Did I miss something?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm also a bit thrown for a loop as to where Archer went. I think maybe to get some water or something.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Hi, Shu. How you doing, friend? They're the best moments. There's 3 people that come into my stream when we are being the absolute most degenerate. Really, Judra?
Thanks, Kyle.
Oh yes, Daddy.
Yeah. Thank you. Work has kicked my ass, but I'm chilling. Unite, but we only play from the other team's perspective. Could you imagine? He had to poop. Kyle, stop.
They're not really fun, and you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Okay, so Glide, one thing you need to know about Kay, she is the wants to switch positions with you demon. Okay, we were trying to do customs the other night, and I was trying to beat up on Panda, and Kay sent me a request to switch, and I didn't even think about it, and I accepted the switch and ended up on a team with Panda, and I couldn't deliver the ass whoopings. Friend, are you good back there?
I was gonna ask, what is he doing?
I love you.
Dude was getting the dance on. Good looks, man.
All right, bye.
Hey, dude, Megamind reference? That's how you know that you're raising him right.
Yeah, no, that's the whole Mega Man thing. Yeah,
Sorry, Megamind. Whoops.
Mega Mind. Oh, I said Mega Man. Yeah, you said Mega Mind. Well,
I did. I don't remember. They're both blue.
hold on. I'm having an absolute glitch. What happened?
Yo, was that a Rowlet Squishmallow?
What happened? What?
Bro, you got
The hero's
you got
name.
the gear, man. You got the gear. You
Oh,
are
I got the
Mega Man?
heat, dog.
The
Yeah,
hero
also
Mega
definitely-
Mind.
You were a Pokemon Unite
That's what
character,
Google
bro.
is
Your
for.
arms would be busting the battle of the shades. You get the choice specs right here, bro. You got the focus band.
Choice specs.
Those are choice specs, man. Look at them.
Do you want me to tell you? I googled it.
No,
Okay.
I will figure it out by the end of this match.
What was the question?
Don't answer it for me because now I'm glitching because D'Lo said Mega Mind because Damien was in here saying, and I love you, random citizen, and I cannot for the life of me remember what the hero's name is. And nobody say it. No spoilers. No
I won't tell you.
spoilers.
I won't say
I will
it.
figure this
No
out.
spoilers.
My brain has just run. I think I hit a 404 like 5 minutes ago in an error. You know what I mean, right? No,
Yep.
no, no.
And
No.
they're running in the room like I'm gonna do it.
You take your
The way he's
flail axe ass
slid
out of
in.
here. Go.
He straight up called him Flaylax.
Oh, we absolutely call him Flaylex. I will Blissey ult his ass if he does not vacate. Tell him to beware, the Blissey bus is coming.
I
Not
can
the
I
Blissey
can still
bus.
see you. Please leave.
I see him in the mirror peeking over.
Panda.
Everybody sees him in the mirror. That's the problem.
Bro's using the normal. Get the moves.
That man is my hero.
Don't tell him that.
Next time I see him, I will.
His cheer panda trolling. Okay, we're gonna get started. All right. Come on. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Well, Archer, after that last game, I'm not quite so sure I can say that they're going to pull out anything that I wouldn't expect anymore, but nonetheless, looking forward to getting right back into some Unite.
We just have to expect the unexpected at this point because these players are pulling out all the shots, all the chaos, all the crazy, and I am all here for it. Get a Mamoswine ban right off the bat. I guess people got tired of seeing them on that.
Was actually doing quite a bit though with that displacement. I mean, you still have options though if you're trying to get those displacement ups. You can have your superpowers, you can have your submissions. You still got plenty left with the muscle boys, but obviously a bit less tanky there, so maybe a bit more risky to go with the pick. Defenders are off the map. No one likes the green.
Nobody likes the green boys today. That does mean that they're down to their choices being Trevenant. We've got the big ol' Slowbro, or even the tree here are still options, or even your favorite, the Krusty Boy, is still on the field as an option. So we could see that as a defender pick in this match. Does look like Squirrel's going to go ahead and pick the Sableye. He chose Demon Hours tonight to go ahead and open up our match.
Makes sense. It's 12 a.m. for me right now, so it's the perfect time. Don't feed this guy after midnight. Do not get him wet with Blastoise out of the game. That's going to be something that's a bit easier to comply with. On the other side here, the Grassy Boys might just be what we pick up here. You've talked about it. We're going to see it. Trevenant going to be locked in there by No Respect. I got no respect now for this man. What happened to the Crustle? There it is. Big Papa. Thank you very much.
I'm just excited about the fact that we have a Tree and Astroglide on the same team. That is a recipe for all sorts of fun here as we see Kyle go ahead and lock in the candle. We love to see it burn as we got the Krusty Boy here to layer on the cake.
It's going to still be hovered. They're really trying to edge me right now. I don't appreciate it. Just stop it. Trying to crush my hopes and dreams here. But no, Crustle will indeed be the final pick there. As maybe a testament there to Ribbon Shoe after the legacy performance we just saw in Miraidon, going to be locking in there. That's Sylveon on the opposite side. Garver, a lot of damage potentially being locked in here. It's really just all gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. Do we see the big fish? Oh, I got excited. I got really excited. I wanted to see the big fish gaming. I love the big fish. Do we get it? Do we get it? Do we get it? Come on, Ray, please, for me.
Dude, our Christmas list. I don't know.
I need to start naming it. Just there's $1 million raining down. Come on, where it at?
For real, man. Like, look at this. We got the Crust, we got the Sableye. I don't know what else they could add to make me happier. All they have to do is not add another Eevee, and I will be super pleased. Indeed, it's the Wigglytuff. Fun times for all. Man, comp for comp. Talk to me about what this matchup's going to look like.
This is going to be a whole lot of running it down. We've got the Zoroark, the Gyarados, and the Crustle all on one team. There's going to be all sorts of heavy push jumping around on our left side. Going to have that Sableye in the back, making sure all sorts of terror is dropped left and right. Those boosted basics. Going to drop all sorts of fear procs to make sure that people are stuck in to go ahead and drop all sorts of damage on the side of that team, especially with the Imprison there from that Chandelure. We love the Tube and Lube combo, but Chains and the Imprisonment from our Steel Agent Kyle is definitely what I'm looking for.
I do love how much Wily CC there is on their side. I mean, we talked about it a bit before, but Sableye not necessarily the tallest order when it comes to meta picks, but we saw Squirtle. I believe it was him before my internet decided to absolutely ruin my day and the rest of the stream, but I think this is what we saw Squirtle on before, and they put it to good use. So hopefully going to be seeing a repeat performance. Look at that little devilish guy. So stylish. So fun with a little hat.
Stylish little goblin there with his little wizard hat. I love to see it. And the fancy Decidueye. That's my favorite Decidueye skin. I like the other ones, but for some reason that Decidueye skin has always just stuck with me. On top of the Elvis Presley tree. Elvis Presley lay in the wood. Hello?
I mean, we got some collaborations here. We got Billy Joel, and we now have the king himself stepping up to the field of battle. Makes sense that we have the owl there with the fancy dress. Seems like the owl that would say, instead of who, it would say whom. But right now the question is whom is going to be putting this Magikarp in its place. Of course, all eyes on making sure that effort value gets up higher to ensure that it becomes the big boy it was always meant to be.
Boomst indeed, as they do run into that jungle. Going to go ahead and clear off that blue buff first, leaving them to potentially gank that top lane early on in this first match. As we go ahead and we see the Wiggly invade here from Omega. Going to go ahead and drop some slaps and rollouts here over top of I Will Ego ult. We do see the slow smoke drop too, means that is now our blue buff today, but Squirtle's going to come around and potentially steal it right back if Omega's not able to get out of this corner here. It looks like they are able to push Squirtle back. If that isn't the most invade of invades, I don't know what it is I'm looking at right now. 3-man dropping back into that jungle. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good attempt there, but oh, this could be dangerous if you get that kill onto the Magikarp. Trying to flail around right now, but unfortunately, gonna be getting a bit of cold feet there. Maybe if you stuck to the chase, would have had it, but the Dwebble Cake gonna retreat on back with his little fish friend in tow. Wrong animal there. We're getting into it.
Absolutely, we do go ahead and we see the level 5 get dropped here for the Curlia, so they are going to be able to drop some huge damage there with the Psyshock, but it does look like they're going to go ahead and have to back off with the presence of that Zoroark, just ready to drop all sorts of big damage on here. Potentially getting a KO for this Magikarp as well is going to be really huge to get him into that Gyarados range at level 4 here at the 830 mark. That is a huge power spike to go ahead and have dropped this early in the match.
The prophecy has been completed. You have to have imagined that Zoroark would eventually come up to the top lane just to ensure that could happen. So now that that's going to be the case, like you said, very early, still 8 minutes to play with the Danger Noodle now, but unfortunately not a game that you want to be playing potentially. Curlia's damage is too much. Sableye at the bottom, though, going to be able to pick up Wigglytuff. Not before Trevenant's Will-O-The-Wisp going to chase him right back. Finds the Crustle up top, and Sylveon going to take down that Sableye. A lot of damage here for Orange Team. Despite that Gyarados, they're not looking afraid just yet.
Absolutely. That Draining Kid is just able to pick up the Sableye right at the end there. Was a really nice little shot to go ahead and track him down, even through its passive. A nice move there from the Sylveon. So we like to see it here. We do look like our middle was cleared out pretty quickly as we see the Decidueye try to post himself up and get some sniper shots laid down. It doesn't look like he's going to miss that first shackle and get dropped on by the Zoroark here. Some huge damage eating up all the little baby owls here. So it does look like we're going to have some huge wolf climbing here onto that tree. Gonna go ahead and get that extra KO and push forward for some stacks.
Zoroark is dancing on them right now, just trying to find anyone who wants to step in range of those combo attacks, but not going to oblige. Instead, Rock Tomb trying to find some sticky farm on the back end. The Crustle Boy has now made their way to the bot lane, but so far, not doing too shabby. Both teams staying really neck and neck, and of course the late game just comp that is Purple Team. Really trying to let damage dividends when those objectives spawn up, and indeed bot review will begin, but Sableye will drop quite so soon afterwards. Sylveon's just been a menace the entire time.
Absolutely. Sylveon is a really strong pick here too, because that Mystical Fire does drop the special attack if the target's hit, meaning against that Chandelure they are going to have a little bit of an advantage dropping into being able to lower any of the attack coming out from those flamethrowers from Steel Agent Kyle. Though it does give them a little bit of edge in that fight, but it does look like the Imprison might end up being able to lock him down somewhere here in the future.
Speaking of lockdown, these Spirit Shackles have been so on the mark here from the Decidueye, just going to keep on the damage from long range, clearly trying to make sure they keep their distance. Trevenant couldn't follow that same lesson, eaten up there, burned down by the Candlestick, but Sableye, once again, I don't know, Sylveon might have beef, but Sarah Aura's going to return it right back. Fantastic combo game here to keep it running. Highest level in the lobby with 10. Gyarados, get out of there, my friend. Just because you're the fish that could doesn't mean you're the fish that should. Registeel picks it up.
Absolutely. We are seeing this huge damage here from the I Will Eagle ult on that Zoroark. We love to see all of the feint back and forth, all of those dashes, all left and right center. Getting to go ahead and gonna get that little last bit of secure there from the Decidueye. Does steal it just in time from Steelage and Kyle as the Trevenant goes and picks up the KO, leaving this fish all by him lonesome here on this lane. Will he be able to defend it by himself? Looks like the Sing is gonna go ahead and put him to sleep just long enough. Almost got the KO. There's the pickup there from that Wiggly with the Dazzling Gleam. Gonna go ahead and sing this Crustle to sleep. Good night. No birthday cake for you, sir, as the Sableye goes ahead and gets KO'd at the end there, just in time to send them right back to the Pokemon Center.
They got their just desserts for sure. That was so much damage output here by Orange. 205 to 82, 5 minutes left, and is securing even more farm on top of that. You see Purple trying to scrounge up their own jungle where they can, but you might be able to scrounge up a nice tree for yourself too. Very fitting to be in the jungle, and unfortunately going to be made into lumber. Some decent pickup there, but at the same time, your support or your defender, not necessarily the big kahuna here. We're going to try to put on some big kahuna burgers in this tier 2, but so far, sorry, tier 1. But the damage in the corner here on Wigglytuff, not going to be enough there. Has that Unite move there from the Gyarados, does find one now. Trevenant's here to support, and I don't know if Shadowland wants any more part in this fight. Zeraora going to try to reverse that pressure, does so with the combo. Nice damage there, but Trevenant's still going to be standing.
Huge damage there from the Zoroark, coming in clutch just in time to save this Gyarados from what could have been a hook in his mouth. So we're going to go ahead and drop into this top lane here to go ahead and defend that Regieleki. As Zoroark looking for his kill here, does look like he's going to catch it right there on the back end, drop the full heal just in time to escape the hit there from the Gardevoir Unite. But it looks like the Ego might have been him this time, as he does go ahead and get dropped out of their jungle.
Pride cometh before the fall, and Decidueye is going to fall in just a second. You should indulge just to stand there for a little bit longer, just to really preen their nice and fancy soup. But unfortunately, you have to take that one to the tail. You get slapped up. Speaking of, Russell unfortunately might fall yourself. The sediments just being peeled away layer by layer. Sableye trying to be trickster in the back, trying to get some back half, but it's just not been working out. And this 5v5 format might just be where you see this character show its flaws.
Just a little bit there. If they're not able to quite single him out enough, it does end up being something that gets dropped on there in lane. So we do see the bottom Reggie does spawn. It looks like Orange side has a really good side of positioning here, dropping the heavy damage from that Decidueye basic attacks to go ahead and start the rip here. Space being made by the Sylveon and the Wigglytuff together here as Crustle does make its way around. Might be able to try and get something in the back, but they do get stopped really quick there from the Gardevoir. Huge stun stops him from laying in the damage, but it looks like the Wigglytuff Unite is all that saves them from this space being dropped out here. Agent Kyle almost gets the hit there with the Chandelier Unite, but ends up finding himself under shock.
Waterfalls just weren't able to secure enough damage for Gyarados to do too much about it. The training kid's just going to call Sableye right back, saying, "Mwah, we love you." But we're showing a lot of love here to this Registeel. Might be too much love. Wigglytuff's got to be careful. Crustle's on the prowl. Not quick enough. That Rock Tomb could have actually secured the kill had that Registeel been secured just a moment later. But Orange Team get it, and with that secure themselves a bit more of a stat stick.
Does look like a potential misfire there on the Crustle Unite. Maybe a little of a premature button press there. Happens to 1 in 4 of us. It's okay. I understand. So we can go ahead and we can drop these points here into the bottom lane as they do go ahead and get a little extra points to make up for it anyway. They do get some of that Unite charge back from their scores here. Dropping 27 to break that bottom goal. Going to go ahead and have 15 seconds here before this Rayquaza fight. Zoroark does make his way away from the tree.
Damage, though, is looking to be pretty solid on the Trevenant. Might have to retreat on back, but where that Crustle is a bit flaccid on that play, the Trevenant staying nice and firm and erect. Excellent job there, Trevenant, to make sure it's staying consistently aware of what damage you can provide and what damage you can take. Now the question is if you can take this Ray. And this here gathering up 5v5, no advantage to the others. Spirit Shackle's already doing big damage here to Gyarados.
Absolutely, the Gyarados Unite coming in. He's looking for that Decidueye in the back. That is the play, but they had the Shedinja already on the prowl there. Going to go ahead and they're still going to pick it up anyway with the huge waterfall combo there with the Zoroark coming in for a last little bit of damage, but I don't know if it'll quite be enough. The way that they've just kind of protected the President there in the back line does keep that Gardevoir alive just long enough. Kyle almost able to go ahead and get the KO there, but it wasn't quite enough. They do end up staying alive just long enough from the Wiggly support. Huge play there from their defenders. Great job keeping their attackers alive. That was a huge play for our orange side.
They might be trying to look for the huge play right now, but that Lima is just not going to find the mark. It was the right idea, just unfortunately didn't have the timing for execution. That was a well executed there, Rock Tomb. Always got to give my props to my Crustle players. Let's see if your Unite move this time be a bit more on the mark. Members DJing on in here, but not going to stop the burgers from dropping on in. Gyarados going to go down before Trevenant even has anything to say about it. The offense has been eliminated, but not before some more damage was done on the scoreboards.
Absolutely. All sorts of points getting dropped there. It does look like Wiggly ended up getting dropped before they could score, but it doesn't matter too much as it is 478 to 187 here. It does look like that nearly 300-point lead is going to be something even insurmountable as the Zoroark does get hit by Desi just in time to prevent the score here. Crustle laying down the X-Scissor, but they were still in that Shedinja doll. Going to go ahead and see if they can maybe make a last-minute push onto this top lane.
These Shedinja dolls from this blue have been so impactful throughout the entire game, just completely negating the entire factor of that Gyarados Unite around the Ray, and now we're seeing it once again able to stall for long enough that the entire offensive momentum of Purple has been stamped out. Fantastic work there. Sylveon going to try to put on a bit of extra damage, a bit of extra panache, but Gyarados will not have it. He evolved early, but unfortunately couldn't quite find the goals the same way. Gonna go there to orange.
Started strong, but just couldn't finish. There's all sorts of impotence on the side of this team, but we love it anyway. We love them anyway. 1 and 4. You're right. 5 and 5? 2 and 5. That's kind of a wild statistic.
I think
but it's fine.
5 right now. Yeah, actually 2 and 5, I suppose. The rest were looking pretty erect there, but you know what? We won't judge them for it. It's a natural process, Archer.
It is definitely a natural process. It does look like they go ahead and they may have dropped this one, but they still had a wonderful showing on the field. All of the damage from both sides was a fantastic game either way. They just couldn't quite finish out a lot of those team fights to continue any sort of lead there that they would have needed at that Ray fight. But either way, they were fantastic on all sides. The Zoroark was fantastic. All of the dashes were on point. The Gyarados was making KOs that were none of their business, and it was so fun to watch. Big Papa on the Crustle. We loved it. We loved all the damage dropping in, the burns from Kyle. It was still super fantastic, but you cannot stop Astroglide there on the Desi, laying down the shackles, man. There was so much damage popping out, and then Jade on the Mystical Fire. All the Sweet Kiss, just moi, chef's kiss is what it should be renamed to when it's in the hands of Jade, getting here, dropping that 85k, getting all sorts of damage. 102 from Ray on the Gyarados. Beautiful.
And that really does come back to what you mentioned before, was that Eagle making that top rotation early to try to get that kill in your pocket. A bit of overconfidence there from Noah's respect. Put a nice kill there in the pocket of the Magikarp. Got them involved early. Sometimes though that confidence goes to your head. Now you're a big fish, but you still got to make sure you have your humility with you. That's the real lesson here today, Archer.
Absolutely. I can't agree with you more. So that is an exciting way to end that match there. I love to see it. Let's go ahead, and I love that. I'm looking at the scoreboard here. Can we talk about the amount of healing from Smash and Jade there, just onto themselves? We have to remember that these are characters that don't do healing to other people. It's all self-heal. But to have about 40k each on both of those for self-healing, that's a fantastic game for both of them.
It's why Squirtle's having such a rough time against Sylveon. Any prolonged fight would just instantly get chased out, stamped out, and you know, Goblin's haha funny boy, but unfortunately in an actual 1v1 fair fight, not gonna be able to do quite much other than just tell you to knock it off. And Sylveon can yell at you to knock it off a lot louder. Gonna result in the Goblin. They got big ears, man. It's gonna hurt them, and they're gonna go down.
They definitely did this time, but that's okay. It's about time. Squirtle lost one after all those wins he was packing into his pocket there. All love to you, Squirtle. I just like to give you crap. We are going to go ahead and jump into this next one. Eyes in the Sky. What are you thinking?
I'm actually glad that Squirtle was humbled in that match. That's all I'm saying.
I have a very important question. Is new nickname Gizmo?
He's adorable. I love Gizmo. Doesn't that look like a little Gizmo? He kind of does. A little purple Gizmo.
Oh,
I've always been a big fan of that movie.
That was not the Crystal Princesses I played. No, so what's funny is that's how Deirdre and I actually met. Was in a match, and he was playing Crustle, and his Crustle is absolutely disgusting. There was absolutely nothing that I could do. I was constantly being thrown into walls, and his teammates had excellent follow through. So Deirdre is absolutely cracked on the crab.
Oh, for sure. Deirdre is super cracked.
I will say though that Zoroark coming from a Hestra was absolutely amazing to watch. We did have some big fish moments from Christian, which we absolutely love. Christian actually won MVP a few casts ago with the fish. because
Love
he
that.
was absolutely popping off. But no, it was just, I think this was a really, really balanced match. It was really fun to watch. Glide had a couple of really cool Shedinjidal moments. I think, and he did call it out too. My favorite moment was probably the owl sacrificing himself at the end right there for his team to secure the victory. Like, sometimes you got to take one for the team, and most of us expected to be the defender, but this time it was like, Glide stepped out, activated Shedinjidal and was able to sit there and just distract the team long enough for them to go ahead and flip the race. So just really brilliant gameplay sometimes, that we get to see here, just things that are just kind of not the norm. And I think that's what happens when you put 10 people into the same lobby that are playing, their own games. Like we said earlier, they're not, constantly 5-stacking. They're not even in comms with each other. So, as coordinated as it may look, you're talking about 10 individuals that are playing the same game on 2 different teams. And sometimes just magic happens, and it's so great to watch.
And it really, shows off the beauty of the draft format as well, now that we all get to kind of see that in ranked, because as we see here in chat, Glad was like, the moment I saw the Zoroark, I'm switching to Shedinjidal. And so having a lot more room for plays we normally wouldn't see in like a blind pick scenario, because when you're blind pick, you're going to pick like the more like open option for things. You're going to play your eject button, you're going to play your X speed, because you don't know what you're going to be up against. So it's like the most like common kind of thing to get out with. But if you know what you're playing against and you can plan a little bit more accordingly, you can make those crazy plays like we saw from Glide in that match.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, it allows for a lot of a higher skill ceiling when you can actually adjust to your team. That should be what a part of a competitive MOBA is about. It's the fact that not only do you have to be good when it comes to pressing buttons, you have to be good in terms of adjusting and adapting and evolving Pokemon with your opponent.
Absolutely. That is the name of the game. We are ever evolving here in the world of Pokemon, so I'm all about that.
Absolutely. All right, I do believe we have another lobby full of gamers. So, Nanera, if you would do me a favor and call the next 10 gamers on our list.
Oh, gamers.
Yeah,
Gamers!
Mind Hacks, Solar Tile, Scrambles, Pina, Rex, Aaron, Ryan, Ribbon, and Kay.
We get another Ribbon game. A blessing.
Will she play with
Ribbon will get
sight?
both eyes this time.
Ribbon does get both eyes this time, yes.
Crazy. Generational moment.
Not one,
Maybe
but
next
2.
time we should have Ribbon like put just like 2 gigantic like goggles that are shaped like Sableye eyes and only play Sableye.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Have like kaleidoscope eyes going on there. Play the kaleidoscope glasses
that's kind
on.
Of, like fair. That's kind of balanced. We can make that
With
happen.
how absolutely OP Ribbon is, you know what? You might be onto something. We got Uptown Girl and Downtown Girl there with Ribbon on the same team. I think that's cracked.
This is a Glee performance, and I'm a huge Glee fan, so I've got to say I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to end up. Hopefully not going to be a train wreck like Glee Season 4. I watched it, but I wasn't happy watching it. After Finn died, it all went down the tubes, but this game is only going to go up from here, Archer.
Absolutely. I was a theater kid myself. I love a good musical. I love to dance. So I am all about what we're seeing here in this match. I'm super also excited here. I love seeing an Aaron play. I know that I haven't seen a whole lot of his play since the last time I was around. So I'm excited for that. We've seen a little bit of his gameplay this evening already, and I just love to watch it. So I'm hype about this match for sure.
Yes, Cindy. I mean, they've also had a good chance to like see prior games already if they've been watching along. So hopefully going to be seeing some new stuff cooked up here in the pot, some new recipes, some new poffins that we're whipping up here from scratch. But at the same time, old is good too. So you can stick with the traditional. We are Uptown Girl, Downtown Girl after all. So the classics you can never beat.
Something broken in there in the background here.
Rough. You good there, my friend?
Something broken in there. Yeah.
Something broke. That happens.
E-Dog rating of the party at 2.
It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. I didn't have anything to do with this. I'm just as lost as you guys are.
I think it's you!
Oh, I didn't do it. She did. She broke herself.
That sounds about right. That's about par for the course.
It's fine.
You don't gotta break yourself sometimes.
E-Dog, thank you so much for the raid, friend. Welcome in, Raiders. How is everybody doing? How was your stream? Wait, Dungeons and Dragons. Hello?
Yo.
Hey yo.
E-Dog?
Are you a dice
all
nerd like
about
some of the
that.
rest of us?
I
love
will
good
tell you, I've
D&D
known
sesh.
E-Dog for I've known E-Dog for as long as I've known Star, which is what, 26 months at this point. I just learned this about E-Dog. I've known E-Dog for over 2 years and just learned this about him.
One of these days, I will turn you into a Geist Goblin, and you can collect all the pretty shiny.
Oh
sparkly
my
dice.
lord!
I have a really nice dragon scale D20 somewhere, and I love it.
That's badass.
I know
We're
nothing
playing
about
it in
Dungeons
D&D.
and Dragons. Then Eric keeps asking me to play. I keep waiting for one of our dungeon masters to create a one-off that I can run because I won't commit
have
to a
one.
campaign. I have commitment issues.
I have one that takes about 3 hours to run if you ever want to do it.
I mean, I've been itching to find out what kind of chaos grows in a dungeon with dragons.
I'll hand it off to Solo and we can run it.
I don't know if I can handle both of you. I'm just no, hold on a second.
2 out of 5. You might be able to. 2 out of 5. I don't know.
No.
I didn't say that. That's fine. Moving on. All right, we got gamers. Let's go. Okay, bye.
Let's get into it. So, question is, how many will be having problems below the belt today? Archer, I'm curious to know.
You know, I feel like we're all going to be on point today. I feel like we're all going to be sitting here. We are going to be protecting ourselves and ready with all the additional things that we need. We got the big support here from the Clefable already getting pre-picked here a little bit as the bands start dropping down. The A9, no freeze today, so we don't have to worry about getting cold and turtling up a little bit, so none of that have to worry about here. Don't have to have that on the field as we do see the Umbreon ban as well. So no mean looks to go ahead and turn us off from the all sorts of fun going on here.
But issue is, we might have safety in the form of Fable, but we don't have pleasure in form of Astroglide. Gonna be a bit of a dry time here, so might be an issue in that case. Chains and vines and whips? No, not quite. We're staying vanilla. Lame.
Definitely lame indeed, but maybe not anymore. We do see some potential mime action here. Going to go ahead and spice things up a little bit as they do get the power swap. All the chains here to go ahead and connect him to all his friends. As we do go ahead and see that dropped onto the field, as we do see the big solar blade as well. Going to go ahead and lay all the pipe here as we drop on our Clefable as well. I love it, love it.
Absolutely, and now it's gonna be. I was about to say, if it's Gardevoir, I wasn't gonna make a joke. That's too close to home. But it's gonna be Espeon instead. I don't know. I'm out of him. Archer, give me an innuendo. Anyone, toss it.
Well, we do see the Blastoise about to make me blast here as we see the Espeon pick down on the field as well. We're going to go ahead and potentially see a little bit of another tree action. Going to go ahead and hammer down all the wood. We love to see that here today as we do see Lucario drop as well. Another one of our 34 superstars, if you know what I'm saying. So we do go ahead and have that pick here as well. Love to see that. Love to see that. We got our mascot on the field too. Mascot Pikachu. Hello. Are we going to see a Pika game today? I love it.
Crunchess will certainly be pleased. Man, it is an art to watch you weave these innuendos. Everyone claps up for my man Archer. But excellent. Oh, Tyranitar! I love me a Tyranitar. I have yet to get to see T-Tar in this day and age, and I've also yet to get to buy that one that's on my hit list because that character looks so much freaking fun. Gonna make it absolute hell for Lucario if you try to step into range. It's gonna be really difficult to try to deal with those assassinates, as well as the funny bird makes a return. Deep throating as much as you can go.
We love the funny bird. As far as T-Tar goes, though, that is a little bit of a worry, in my opinion. We do see we've got the Uptown Girl here on the Mime. Might be able to go ahead and get them built up nice and quick there in lane. Or maybe if they do end up going into that jungle, the one thing with T-Tar you have to be worried about is that it doesn't really get online until level 9. It takes all sorts of time and patience to get that character online, but once they do get fully evolved and leveled up, they are a real menace to deal with. So we'll see if they can go ahead and get themselves quickly leveled up here as this match starts. It's going to have to take some really precise plays from our purple team to make sure that Ribbon doesn't just lay down all the solar beams here, the solar blades, rather, and get those early KOs to maybe prevent them from getting anything until later on.
I mean, though, if there's any story that we can say in terms of history repeating itself, even if you get these late game menaces sometimes to an early start, it doesn't necessarily spell your victory. You still got to play carefully. You still got to execute with caution and precision. Because last time we saw that Magikarp evolve, it was a magical thing, but the game's results weren't quite so magical there for their side.
You are absolutely right. It does come down to those in-the-moment plays, those quick reactions, and the player's ability to adapt to what is going on around them in that moment. So you are absolutely right there. We do go ahead and we see the Tyranitar go in there into the bottom lane, as we potentially almost saw a little bit of a triple bot lane action going there. It looks like maybe there was a little confusion on who was going where, but that is A-okay. We got the Pikachu in the top lane there. Going to go ahead and potentially prevent those stacks on the Lucario. Always a good pick to lay down those Electro Webs and have something to anti-stack there in that top lane, so that's always really nice. Does look like Ribbon's going to be going for the quick level 4 there too, to go ahead and instantly gank maybe into this bottom lane.
Already some quick goals there spat up by Orange team here. Nice work to put on the pressure and hustle early. Might be hustling your way to an early grave zone, my friend. Not if Leafeon's got anything to say about it, though. Gonna be absolutely two-stepping on him. Doesn't even have the Unite move. Absolute piggy! You greedy fairy! How dare you eat their berries and milk? Just not even Christmas, but Santa Claus coming down to ruin your day, eat all your food, not even gonna leave any presents.
Absolutely. We saw a little bit of a little wholesome action there as Mime and Kramer, they split the berries there at bottom. They were just like, they were having a little feast together. It was like Thanksgiving all over again, except, you know, with a little bit of murder afterwards, just like actual history. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to see Tyranitar is almost getting himself at level 6 here as we go ahead and not quite getting the XP that he needed to get that 6 mark, as our good old friend Mime is pushing everybody into the wall. I hope there's consent.
Oh, dear God. This damn... I mean, Crustle's going to be the king of pushing anyone on the wall if it's got to be any of these characters. But right now, Mr. Mime, luckily, not going to consent to death quite yet. Instead, opts to get a nice re-up on that shield. Lucario trying to get aggressive here on Pipitar. After all, not going to be able to do too much, but getting scared out nonetheless. Maybe potentially worried about friends. And friends indeed have arrived in the form of the creepy Mr. Mime, but nonetheless, creepy is still going to be useful as they chase them away with some nice Mime moves.
Oh my goodness, that was like terrifying there for a moment. Did you see the way Uptown Girl literally just stood there menacingly? That was terrifying. I don't blame Lucario at all for not moving into that. That was super scary to watch as they do go ahead and they get the wall down. Huge push, gonna go ahead and get pushed there into the get KO, but Ribbit does pick up the little bits of dirty laundry left there behind by the Mime. We do see some extra greedy scores here dropped in by the Clefable, dropping in on this Espeon as they do go ahead and walk away.
I mean, Mr. Mime might have gone down there, but it's a huge moral victory and a huge mental victory, too, because I wouldn't want to step to that character at all. If I'm the opposition now, how menacing that was. Right now, the damage dropping in and the goals as well. Nonetheless, going to have to take that walk of shame back home to Pokemon Center. Unfortunate there for Leafeon, but not before dropping in some points. The dive, you're going to be taking a dive right back to the afterlife as well. Purple now have a chance to try to put a few goals up, but Purple says, follow me instead, and Lucario going to try to lead them back to salvation, that being heaven. Because, unfortunately, Squirtle not trying to go there quite yet. Still hasn't evolved either. But 3 minutes already down. A bit rough here for the poor turtle.
It is a little rough here for the poor turtle. He's just not allowed any sort of scoring or secures on these XP from any of the wild Pokemon around. A really huge play here from the orange team to keep them from finally now getting that war turtle here at the 7-minute mark as the Reggie spawn. Gives them a huge XP lead as they jump into this fight. Having almost 3 levels over some members of the purple team is a huge stat advantage that's going to push into this fight here as the bottom siege begins.
And now it begins indeed in earnest. Decent damage here in the Horn Leech on Trevenant. The Wood Hammer is not going to be hammering quite enough to get the fall. Hit there, hits the guitar, but can be restored by the shield and blocked out a bit of Thunder, doing big damage there. The Fable might just be the sacrificial lamb left at the altar, unfortunately. It says follow me, that's already what they were doing, my friend. And now going to follow you back to your grave. Excellent work there, and now uncontested goals here being put on once again. Finally, Pupitar going to lay down something here for the purple team.
Absolutely, as that huge Tyranitar Unite comes out and just deals all sorts of damage, getting those executions down there, allowing them to get that bottom goal finally. Really nice positioning there from our purple team. Even during that fight, they were able to stand just on the very edge of that goal and lay down some points, allowing them to finally get that Tyranitar evolved and online. Does look like Ribbon's going to go ahead and be able to secure that in the back, though, allowing them a little bit of pressure here in that top lane to go ahead and maybe extend the lead that they've brought up here on the purple side, or on the orange side.
mentioned it before at the desk, and now we're mentioning it now. Tyranitar is up. This is their chance to make that comeback, and they're already doing so in earnest. You see Blastoise being an absolute terror. When did you grow up so fast? I'm so almost brought a tear to my eye how quickly that Squirtle grew up. But unfortunately, the tear coming down from Orange, but from Pain instead. Pikachu gonna be feeling it right now. Thanks to Lucario, one down already. Mr. Mime gonna be sent back with revenge for earlier, and Blastoise as well. That shell gonna make some turtle shell soup real quick. Tyranitar will be fallen as well. The Monarch has been dethroned, and now Orange is back on the assault.
Orange team definitely back on the assault, moving into their jungle, saying these are our buffs today. This is a communist society or socialist, whichever your decision there is. With the amount of terror being rained down from Orange team, it might just be the former as they go ahead and lay in all of that Tyranitar damage there. Shields don't matter when you're Tyranitar because that is true damage raining down on you. As we go ahead and we see this tree gonna go ahead and try to make a little bit of a push here and save that Cramorant, but that is a huge KO there as well, as the Orange team is gonna try to go ahead and get some damage onto this Regirock, but Tyranitar says, no sir, not today, that belongs to me. Step off my rock.
Thunderstorm, they're going to be picking up Leafeon, Hydro Typhoon drop as well, just for a bit of extra damage. No one else is quite around. Mr. Mime terrorizing Lucario once again. No matter if you go to sleep or if you win this game, you will be having dreams and nightmares of this character. And now we'll have to worry about anything as they take the long sleep, courtesy there, Tyranitar. Now, Reggie, already everything picked up. They're going to keep on moving, but no time as Mr. Mime tries to step up, secure some gold. They haven't been able to drop it. Blastoise might get dropped first. Razor Leaves are down, going to be picked right back up. Trevenant finds that kill. Nice work there, wood hammering away, trying to chip at that health bar. The Fable goes down, but they still weren't able to make much off it in terms of score.
Absolutely, those huge executions there dropped from the Tyranitar Unite as well, able to keep that push alive just a little bit longer as they do go ahead and say, your shields do not matter to me once again, getting these huge KOs even through the wooden hammer here on the side of that Trevenant. It does look like the Follow Me is going to reach it just in time to KO the Mr. Mime, but Tyranitar says, you don't get to walk away for free. I'm going to make sure that you regret the day.
But you know what? It's again the issue we're seeing. 3 minutes left, 106 to 211. Tyranitar has been doing damage, has been up, but we haven't been converting it into actual score. We need the genuine positional advantages. We need to see tangible victories here that Purple can capitalize on. Regieleki might be the start.
It definitely might be the start here, as they've been making those team fights work, but it just hasn't translated into the score, as you were saying here. Looks like Purple team is going to potentially get this Lucario out of position just long enough to go ahead and get the KO and maybe start this ball rolling here, as the Mime heals are staying there on that Blastoise, making sure all that the CC gets laid down where it needs to go. Ribbon looks like it's coming around the corner here. She almost gets up in time to go ahead and steal it, but isn't quite able to. Just going to go ahead and wait there for those goals to get dropped and maybe get a KO on the backline onto this Espeon. There it is. Uptown Girl gets taken down to the pound today as they go ahead and drop down. It looks like Tyranitar is going to be able to pick up that KO and secure this fight for Purple Team.
She was waiting, for the longest time. And now Lucario is going to be having to take a time out once again. A lot of kills dropped onto the side of Orange. Once again, a lot of KOs, but we're not converting it enough. They're still up ahead somehow. Cramorant, you can see the reason why. Diving back, you sneaky little duck. Tyranitar gonna wag their finger at him, but they're not Clefable, so they can't actually make them follow. Instead, gonna try to just pick up a berry right out of the hands of the poor Blastoise.
As we go ahead and we see this final stretch begin here, it looks like Orange Team is in a little bit of a better prepared position here as they get themselves ready to bush check there, and Aron getting ready to go ahead and try to drop that wood hammer in, but to find nothing there in their bush. Does mean it's a little safe for them for the moment, as that Trevenant's looking for something here, but it looks like a little bit of a coordinated attack here from the Tyranitar. Going to go ahead and get an early drop onto that Trevenant. What a huge opening KO into this team fight. Got the Hydro Typhoon, getting a whole bunch of big Cowabunga indeed, as the Tyranitar is able to capitalize on that crowd control and get some huge KOs here. Everybody walk your dinosaur. Mime's got the leash as they go ahead and drop in all that damage, ripping into Ray as this fight extends a little bit longer here, as they've got just a little bit longer on that health bar. Mind Hack's going to try to jump in there, gets the dive KO onto the Blastoise, but will it be enough to go ahead and maybe secure from under the hands of this Tyranitar? That is a huge boulder, gets dropped, and the Pikachu gets the KO, goes ahead and drops the extra little bit of damage they needed to secure. It looks like they're going to go and potentially score here before that shield does get dropped from the Pikachu, but it doesn't matter. Tyranitar is running towards that tier 2 golden bottom.
This is the fight we need to see. You know what? Hey, they bided their time. They knew this was going to be the most powerful. Now they take the lead. The question is, can Orange find a way to counter right back? It's 297 to 261. You have to imagine Orange knows they're still in this, but not while they still have those shields. Emerald two-step, we're dancing on them now, and it's not even Mr. Mime. Gonna find the first KO there onto the table. Wood hammered away. Nice damage there on Mr. Mime as well. Tyranitar, not the tyrant he used to be. Autocracy is over. The funny bird reigns supreme. Espeon on the fritz and also going to be taken out.
This could end up being bad here if they can get down to this tier 2 goal in time. They baited out the dance a little bit there from the purple team as they are walking up towards that home base goal. Ribbon almost able to get just a little bit of time bided there to go ahead. We can see the Pikachu Unite drop down just long enough to prevent any score because Ribbon isn't quite able to get to the top in time. Does look like the purple team is going to be able to just by the skin of their neck able to hold on just long enough to win.
That was so freaking close, man.
It was so close.
You can see that bar load, and you know Rivenchu wanted to get it up there. They had sight. She could see the victory, but unfortunately, even without a blindfold, she couldn't reach it.
There's just not enough time. There were only a couple of seconds left on the board. If they had been there just a couple of seconds sooner, they could have turned that around for their team. Huge, close call there for Purple Team to go ahead and secure that win. But Ribbon, still the GOAT. Absolutely fantastic showing from everybody. Mind hacks, your cram was crazy. The Tyranitar was absolutely goated. Scrambles in Scrambles we trust. That was fantastic showing. Seeing the Uptown, Downtown Psycho duo here in the Purple Team, that was fantastic to watch.
Solar also had a really good lights out play. They're literally turning the lights out with that thunderstorm, making sure to keep everyone on Orange from trying to secure a goal to get their way back in. That's really what allowed it to all ride on Ribbon Shoe's shoulders, and unfortunately they just weren't quite broad enough to take that weight.
Absolutely. And can we go back to the details here? I want to take a look at, can we see Mime's score there? The KO assist line there? Can we see that? Do we see what that is? It's 420, baby. Let's go. 420 Uptown Girl with the Mime. Fantastic. We love it. We saw the funny number, guys. We saw
it doesn't count because they didn't get 69.
They didn't get 69 as their MVP score or their AOS points. They were two off. They were two off. Damn. They were 2 off from the 69.
Rough.
It could have been 69 420. That would have been amazing.
Truly would have been a second momentous historical moment here in the Crunchy Customs, but unfortunately, we're only left with one so far. We got to save a bit for the next one, you know?
In Billy Joel, we trust.
In Billy Joel, we trust. Exactly, man. I mean, hey, they were making some sweet chin music there of the enemy there. From that late game, this is what we need to see. The execution, they had the game plan, you know, we get T-Tar up to make some havoc, and havoc was made at the end. My faith was shaking a little bit, but I should never stop believing in Billy Joel.
Absolutely. You know what's really big about this too, something we didn't really touch on at all during the game, is that the move choices of every single player of the purple team made sure they had a full stun ready for each of their team members. So we had the Mime push into the walls with the big stuns, the Downtown Girl using Psy Shock instead of the what is it called, the stored power did allow them to have a big stun as well. That is a huge thing to have when coming into a game against the Leafeon, Lucario, or even the Dive Cram. Having something to stop that mobility in its tracks and even set up things for that T-Tar to get those executions, that is a huge team composition to have.
Shows a lot of synergy, shows a lot of faith in your team as well, which is got to be respectful here. The community is clearly very tight-knit, understands the capabilities of your squad, and that's, at the end of the day, it's a 5v5. No Iron team, but there is one in Tyranitar. That's what's going to be the big difference maker. Look at that damage, man. 132k. Rough stuff.
Absolutely. Huge numbers all around from both sides here. It was an exciting match for sure. A really close one. Probably the closest match that we've had so far tonight. So that was a very exciting one to watch.
Big facts, big facts. Hopefully going to see more competitiveness out of that in the future. But Almighty Eye in the Sky, what was your thoughts on the take from this game?
I had one moment in particular that I think was probably my absolute favorite, and it was Espeon. So somebody went into Shedinjidal on tier 1 in bot, and Espeon was standing right there and literally shot off at the exact moment that whoever that was came out of Shedinjidal and got popped in the face and just exploded into Eos energy. I know that was Pina, but I don't remember who she popped in the face. It was one of those, those moments right there are why I love playing. Oh, it was Hacks. I'm so sorry, my Hacks. I'm so sorry, but that was, listen, I play a lot of these mons that have extremely disrespectful last hits because of moments like that. It was just so well timed. It was so great. And then there were a couple of T-Tar pop-off moments. Like, I think we all sleep on T-Tar a little bit, in all honesty. I think we forget exactly how good T-Tar is sometimes, and just watching T-Tar mow everybody down a couple of different times going up and down through the jungle was absolutely great. I think that's what I love the most about this is I think in competitive and in ranked, a lot of people feel a lot of pressure to play what's meta. And so when we have people that come here and they play things that aren't necessarily meta and they have these pop-off moments, it just reminds you that you can be good with a mon that isn't necessarily good in this meta and still make it work. Absolute entertainment. My heart goes out to Ribbon right now, okay? Listen, I love a good dance party as much as the next person, okay? But Ribbon was well within her rights to mess with that conga line, because the fact that she came within like a split second of flipping that entire game at the very end, those are the moments we live for. And she deserved to have that comeback if it had gone through based on her last match. So I was rooting for Ribbon that whole match, but honestly, some really great moments.
Yeah, the conga line was almost their downfall there for sure. And to comment on the T-Tar, you bring up a really good point that, just because something is meta does not always mean it is the best pick for you as a player. Play style and play preferences play super heavily into your ability to win games. And so even playing those off-meta picks does not mean that you've automatically lost the match. It is not often we have a whole lot of faith in those players in our solo queue games, but we find people like Scrambles here who they know the character, they know what they're doing, and they pop the hell off. So hats off to you, Scrambles. That game was fantastic.
Scrambles has definitely inspired me to take a small loan of 1 million Eos tokens from my father and try to make it happen, because I am in debt right now in terms of Eos tokens.
1 million Eos
I need those licenses, man. I might have to go hit up old Papa Pokemon, get some coins in my pockets.
So what you do is next week when you're not casting, you come through to Crunchy Customs and you pop off and you win that $20 gift card.
Big facts. I will definitely embarrass myself, but I might just have to take you up on that one.
I'll come in and I'll queue with you. We'll duo. I'll queue with you. We'll jump in.
Okay, Archer. Let's see it, man.
I can't wait for this. This is gonna be so good.
We're gonna get
Bestie bromance.
My front ass. But you can carry me.
Maybe we get an observer for the night, Nanera, and we
Yes!
put Bratling
Yes!
up against the bromance.
Yes!
I like
Yo,
it.
yes.
Wait,
You guys better come with headwear. You're screwed.
I mean, we come with.
Bromance.
Never mind.
Crunchy.
It's
You gonna finish that statement?
It's Score
No!
Shield. It's Score Shield.
Score shield? What? You good? Where's the item? I'm baffled here. Archer, help me out. Give me the lore.
Jade, why? Jade, why?
I am too. I'm
Jade,
sorry.
why?
Yes, Daddy.
No.
I'm learning a lot today.
Nope, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh yes, crunches.
That's out of my mind. Gotcha. I used amnesia. I'm slow, bro.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna call the last lobby of the night because we did have some new gamers that have joined, and I'd like to make sure that everybody gets a chance to play tonight. So we will do one more lobby. If we have all 10 people, I may ask for some people to maybe give up their spot in this lobby for somebody who has not had a chance to game tonight. So that being said, Nanera, will you please call the next 10 names for me?
Yep. First up, we're gonna have NZ followed by a bunch of numbers.
Fantastic.
I mean, fair.
NZ 10890 or 010-890. Yeah,
Listen, I've been drinking. I'm tired.
we're aware.
Valid.
Christian, Kyle, Omega, Jade, Squirtle's Den, Papa Dudra, Ahestra, Smash, and Glide. Inzi, I'm sorry.
Dang.
Okay, so in my defense, the font that is used by the Playing with Viewers bot has all the extra lines going through everything. And it's actually hard to read on a good day, let alone when I'm already getting tired.
Hold on. Who is Faker? Who is okay, that's you. Nice.
Nice.
We love that actually. The real Faker playing Pokemon Unite. Hello.
Not in my customs. I can tell you that right now. Like is this almost the same exact team? Almost. Okay, so here's the deal. So I have 2 gamers who are in the queue who have not had a chance to game tonight. I want to make sure that they're here first, and then I'm going to ask if one of our community members who has had a chance to play multiple games tonight would be willing to give up their spot for one of the new gamers. First one being Wolf of Farron. At least it's not NZ with a bunch of numbers after it.
Dang. He's straight.
Okay.
They're crazy.
Do I have one person who has already had a chance to game tonight that is willing to give up their spot for our new friend Wolf? Thank you, Squirtle. I appreciate you.
Squirtle, you're goated.
Guess that's my name now. Listen, it could be worse. You could have one of the nicknames in the basement, okay? So Rob was in the last game?
At least they're all pillow related right now.
Okay, okay, so we have a Hestra. Okay, so I do have, okay, so we have Glide, we have Smash, we have a Hestra, we have Dudra, we do not have Jade.
Jade, did you step out? Jade wasn't.
It's there.
Okay, and Kyle was in the last one, so we do have room for Swaraj. So Swaraj, if you want to come in.
Well, it's Wolf is still on their way in.
Oh, Wolf is...
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle wasn't in the last lobby, right?
No.
Oh, you're Sarab.
No.
Oh. Were you in the
Okay.
last match? Were they in the last match?
Possibly. Yes.
Okay. Okay, they were. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I just need one
I think we
person.
just need-
I would
need
just
Wolf, right?
Yeah, we need Wolf, but I would also like to see if there is one person who would be willing to give up their spot, who's already gamed tonight, who would be willing to give up their spot for Mishka. Mishka has not had a chance to game tonight.
Mishka.
One of you can change what gamer's life.
You didn't get to be with Team Pina. I'm so sorry, Kyle.
I'm sorry. One of these days, Team Pina is going to come through with a full 10 stack, and it's just going to be like,
Oh my God, Jade,
Eagle
you're,
ults up the-
Jade, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. For those of you who did give up your spots tonight, just make sure when you guys come through next week, I will make sure that I give you a prio in one of your lobbies. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for making room for our new gamers. That being said, we're going to get into the last match of the evening, but don't go anywhere, because if you have game tonight, there is a chance that you won a $20 Nintendo eShop gift card courtesy of Panicorn Gaming. And our friend D-Lo here is going to be making his selection after this match. So, and we go into an ad break. Fantastic. So do we load up the lobby? We could just load up, right? Pickban? Do we wait?
It's 45 seconds.
It's 45 seconds? Okay. All right. Well, that being said, we're going to get into the last match. Again, just a reminder, there are no EX Mons. Ribbon was a one-off. All right, casters. We have gamers. Gamers, we have casters. Everybody, good luck. Have fun.
casters, we have gamers indeed, and the last one of the night, Archer. Sad to see such a fun time go so quick.
Sad to see a fun time go so quick, but we know that this won't be the last time. You and I's bromance will never die at this point, so let's go ahead and jump into our final match of the night, but not the final match forever. So let's go ahead and see. We got Big Papa already getting ready to ban the Umbreon right off the bat. He said, "No mean look for you today."
Yeah, a lot of the Darkmons just getting a bit of hate. Oh, nope, Zoroark not going to be the one eliminated. After seeing that performance last time from Ribbonchew on the Leafeon, I am not surprised to see that thing gone. Finally, the evolution hate that we were asking for from the jump has been provided. A lot of green off the map, and if you count Leafeon just from the color scheme alone, it's completely green. So hey, some nice thematic consistency here for the bans.
There is definitely some thematic consistency here as we do go ahead and we see all of the defender drops as well as the Leafeon there. Going to go ahead and kind of limit what choices we have for our defender picks on both sides here. We see the big Phalanx pick right here off the bat. Phalanx has been an absolute menace in a lot of these games that we've seen tonight, so I'm really excited to see what our good friend Wolf does go ahead and pull off there. Or actually, that is NZ. Actually, our good friend N with a bunch of numbers. That is who that is on Faker.
Hopefully going to be putting up a bunch of numbers on the damage charts with that pick. Slowbro, with all those defenders being limited, taking Slowbro off was actually a really fantastic choice to be at the top of the draft. Lucario as well would only just add to that early game pressure you're having on your side. Meanwhile, on the opposite, we're really securing damage over anything else, so it's an interesting duality of man here, duality of comps in terms of what you prioritize. We're looking for all damage, all gas, no breaks, whereas on the opposite side, it's a bit more about safety first.
I am here for the big dive that we're already getting ready to see on the purple side. If we do end up seeing a Lucario on top of that Phalanx pick, it's going to be a really heavy backline dive, big push. We love it. NZ has really just kind of embraced the idea that that is his name now. Astroglide once again picking the Decidueye. Looks like I love to see that because Decidueye is probably my favorite character in this game, so I'm all about it. We see Big Bappa here going ahead and picking the A9. I'm gonna go ahead and add some freeze. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. We're gonna see some Greedent gaming here at the end. Stuff those cheeks, baby. Let's go. I am all about it. We're gonna go ahead and see even the big. Oh, the Bernie Bird, the KFC chicken.
Good to see Colonel Sanders finally make an appearance, grace Nintendo with their fried love. But we don't like our berries fried. We like to keep those things stuffed. The question is spit or swallow. It doesn't matter. This Greedent's going to be providing some good support on their side. Overall, a good amount of safety here. You said you have the dive. You certainly do, but you also have a bit of backline there in that Decidueye. It's going to be a question of whether you go for that Razor Leaf or you try to stay way, way back within Spirit Shackles.
This is definitely a way, way back game. I think it's going to be a whole lot of sniper fights here between the Solar Beam on that Venusaur and the Decidueye Spirit Shackles. I think that Miska here is going to have to work overtime on the Slowbro here to defend our President Astroglide. Because I can already tell that the rest of his teammates is probably going to be moving forward. Just kind of A-pushing here into that lane, so they're going to have to really stay back and make sure that that Blaziken doesn't just rush right up on them.
Well, what better person to have to defend the President than an entire security detail in one Pokemon pick with that Phalanx? Going to be a bit of annoyance as well on the side here of the Mamoswine if you end up Ice Fanging the wrong Phalanx of the team. That could be a real bother, but nonetheless, that displacement will be incredibly important to try to open up opportunities for Venusaur as well as the rest of your damage dealers. Blaziken going to be trying to blaze their way to the forefront as well. Overall, I'm going to keep asking the same question. I ain't original on this front here, Archer. Who's going to have that early game advantage? Who do we need to see start to play a bit from behind to make sure they can farm up and get back in it?
I definitely think that we're going to have a little bit of an early game push here from our purple side. We do have a lot of characters that hit some pretty early power spikes. The level 4 Slowbro having that Surf, the Greedent being able to dive very early into this game and just score lots of points without a whole lot of things anybody can do about it. We do see the double invade here. Both sides going to go ahead and invade either jungle, as Astroglide does have to fight off Omega here in the jungle on that little loaf of swine here. It does look like our Lucario up at the top lane is going to go ahead and get away. Jabbermon's just able to escape getting KO'd in that back of the jungle, as we see Big Papa here going to go ahead and get that little bit of an escape just in time to get away from Sylveon.
Drop some spaghetti on the floor and some berries alongside it. The invade has gone quite well here for this windup, able to secure that buff from the Excelgor. Now just gonna greedy little piggy walk their way back home. A job well done. Some berries from the ingredient for you. Sylveon, though, you mentioned the fact that they got a lot of early game power spikes, certainly on the side of purple. Now, while that is true, a lot of the early game pressure is coming right here from that hyper voice that Sylveon already providing dividends. Going to find the first KO of the game. Going to be showing a little bit of an action replay, but at least Swolbit will get away just in time to watch their goal get penetrated.
Absolutely, and especially with the split on the buffs there, giving the blue buff to that Sylveon does add a huge tool to their belt to go ahead and drop all sorts of damage here with the Screamion. As we do see the Phalanx able to hold the line just a little bit here, but all of that damage getting dropped in on top of the sustain from both the Blaziken passive off of each one of those little soldiers piling up with the heals from the Eldegoss does make it a really hard target to fight here. We are going to go ahead and see the Surf pushing it back to a little bit longer, but will it be enough for No Respect, good old Smash Professor here, to go ahead and get some big KOs?
Those Pollen Puffers doing too much, Phalanx having to walk their way back home. And you see, once again, such an easy target to drop those onto. And once again, the pig is greedy, going to be the one knocking on your door this time. Not going to have their house blown down by the big bad wolf. They're the one who comes to take down your home. But Lucario going to try to not make sure that his friend is evicted quite yet. Sylveon with a bit of damage as well. Check button to try to follow on the pursuit. I don't know if you're going to be able to wake your way out of this one, my friend. You have Venusaur coming down from the top, fully evolved, fully whipping you up, and that's going to whip up a nice fresh KO. Slowbro manages to grab a bit of momentum in that goal zone, but nonetheless, 97-41 here. It's going to be all orange.
It is definitely looking to be all orange right now. It looks like everything that blue has done thus far has just kind of ended up with a whole lot of nothing on the scoreboard, although the KOs might not show the same deal as No Respect. Good old Smash laying in. The passive wasn't quite enough to keep him alive as the Phalanx does pick up that KO here in the top lane. See a little bit of a fight here in bottom. Astroglide picking up Steel Agent Kyle, pushing him away with the Leaf Storm just in time. All those basic attacks getting dropped right down. Going to go ahead and push him away just enough to keep themselves alive.
That's pivotal. We talked about the fact that this is going to be the one character for Purple who's keeping themselves safe and indeed obliging, trying to make sure that they're not going to get an early pickoff. Obviously, this is why going to be scaling way into that late, going to be providing all that burn for the objective, and it seems like that's what we're all putting our attentions on right now. But never mind, a bit of a focus switch. Greedent, unfortunately, got a bit too greedy with that positioning, will be the first to fall.
Does look like they're going to have to shift their focus a little bit here in the bottom side as Purple Team is now having to go up against that huge ult there coming out from the Venusaur just in time. Doesn't last them too much longer though, as the Decidueye does manage to go ahead and pick up the KO with a huge rip there into that team. Does run that Razor Leaf with a whole lot of Rapid Fire Scarf. Does end up getting all sorts of damage spread across that team.
It was a good Verdant Anger, but now they might be overextending a bit too much. Astroglide has the plot armor. Defend the president indeed. That's the primary target. And Orange recognizes that, but they're instead going to focus their attentions onto the steal. He's get a good steal there onto it as well. He's going to use that Giga Drain to stay alive and put this Phalanx in the hurt. That Unite move, though, from the Decidueye. Going to chase them off and also grab the KO on a Venusaur. Was not expecting that.
Knock, knock, who's there? It's Decidueye getting all sorts of KOs in the back line of our orange team. He does go ahead and pick up a little bit there, but it does end up getting him KO'd towards the end. Jabberman on that on the Lucario does get KO'd there as well, leaving Miska here all by their lonesome as the Mamoswine makes his push.
The president is dead. The White House is down. Channing Tatum would never let that happen. But unfortunately, this ain't that kind of movie. It's a horror film. But Purple now underneath the oppression of the Mamoswine, crushed down with that Ice Fang. Beautiful pickup there on the defender. Lucario, though, is going to have an answer back. Already Sylveon can't scream anymore if you're dead. Mamoswine going to try to put that oppression right back. Greedent is out of it as well. Anubis will fall. It's going to be a lot of bodies on the floor here, but a lot of them are spelling purple. Phalanx can be brought back on their own shields.
Absolutely, we do go ahead and we get the 40 dropped there on that bottom T1 gold. It's going to go ahead and break that pad there on the side of the purple team, meaning that Orange has a little bit more room to push up and get some extra points, but it is a little bit more risky for them to go, as No Respect picking up the last little bit of HP there before they end up getting picked up by the Phalanx on the back end. Does buy them a little bit of time to defend from the purple team here from Orange as the Venusaur and Screamion come together. Verdant Anger dropping down, making sure all sorts of damage gets dropped as that Leaf Storm is all sorts of heavy now that he's level 12. I don't know how much Phalanx can keep that longer against that Venusaur.
look at that. I mean, was in the thick of the fight, but the Giga Drain just got so much sustain from that. 2 targets is all you need to provide buku amounts of damage and sustain. MS Swine trying to repeat the action we saw before, but Slowbro says, not again. Just going to stare at them lovingly for a while the Sylveon screams in their ear and gets stamped on. Daddy, yes. Going to be a nice kill there for the Mammoth Swine. Moves on down alongside the rest of the team here. Objectives to be grabbed here, and this time you don't need Ribbon Chew to walk down there early. They're right on time. It's going to be another engagement from the Mammoth Swine here onto Lucario. They're trying to stall them out, and they're going to succeed in that respect. Registeel goes down. Mammoth Swine might be sacrificial altar. Lucario, at the very least, will be put on the stopping block as well.
Absolutely, and like you were mentioning earlier, the sustain from Orange side is just absolutely massive up against that Phalanx. It was something that we had talked about briefly earlier, but now we're seeing it at its fullest extent. Both the Giga Drain from that Venusaur is able to proc healing off of each one of Phalanx's soldiers, on top of Blaziken's passive able to heal him all the same off of each one of those soldiers hit, giving all sorts of crazy sustain to the Orange side on top of those Eldegoss heals, making that Phalanx all sorts of just HP for free.
It's just such an unfortunate aspect of the matchup. Little guys, unfortunately, are a little bit out of their depth here in this lane, but Regieleki going to be moving right down, make the situation even harder. Decidueye just not been given the space to actually get off that damage with those bases.
Not today. They just haven't been given the space ready, but it does look like they're going to go ahead and have enough to defend from this Regieleki here, but not before Lucario gets chased down. No E-Speed can run away from this, as 25 seconds are left on the board before the final stretch starts. Looks like Smash is going to get a quick 50 in the bottom before he goes ahead and runs off. That is a huge goal to have and continue that lead as they do go ahead and escape here. There's that Blaze kick to get away just a little bit, but that Green's going to try to chase him. Looks like Mammoth Swine is going to come in just in time to save him from the fight. Big rotation here, going to get that Greedent out of position. Almost get the KO, but Dudra is running for his life. No, he gets his biscuits stolen today. No berries for dinner, no hibernation. Sent straight back to the Pokemon Center as this fight opens up with a man advantage on the side of Orange.
Try to chase down the Bullet Seed, but unfortunately got his lunch 8. There's the Unite move already. Knock from Decidueye is going to be down. It's going to be incredibly potent. That's a good secure tool, but we are to secure the knockout onto the Slowbro as well. They recognize that Decidueye doesn't have that tool anymore. We're going to try to take them out while we can. The president once again is Dunsky. Might have to be Phalanx who steps up for the leadership mark, but they want no part in this as burgers are dropped down into this tier 2. Lucario going to try to stop it. It's D-Day now. Big damage here. Verdant Anger from Venusaur before they fall. They get off some damage, but they're going to go down to the Pokemon Center as well. Blaze giving the back to trying to provide a bit of a distraction. This could be a huge movement here for Purple.
This could absolutely be a huge movement here. There's only a minute left in the match, but that means Rayquaza's health is a little bit lower at max. There could be a huge turnaround if Purple's able to win this fight, get a whole team turnaround here. The huge Razor Leaf on the Decidueye from Astroglide could end up being the linchpin here to secure them a dub in the last minute of the match. This is anyone's game at this point as they do begin the last minute rip. There's 20 seconds almost on the board for most of Orange team before they respawn. Huge damage getting dropped down. Kyle isn't quite able to get in time. Phalanx does secure the Ray. This might be a turnaround if they can't get those shields down in time.
Small but mighty, the Phalanx approach 5, 6 strong, and Decidueye is there to back him up. Sorry, that's the green. Can't tell them apart when he's wearing that Christmas gear, but he's got presents for you in the form of a nice burger. Drop down 90 more points for the board with that turnaround on the Ray. When there's a Ray, there's a way. They found their way into this game, and now they've taken it in spades. 18 seconds, that's all they need to just get a bit more kills for added panache. The damage is coming in big.
Definitely coming in big here. Astroglide with the big turnaround on this team, just being able to position himself just right to make sure that those Razor Leafs split up in just the right ways onto their tanks and nail down any hope that was left for the Orange side. Does secure them the win. What a crazy turnaround.
That's what this game offers you. I mean, coming in from Smite, that's what you really see. Is these massive turnarounds, there's such a commonality when it comes to Pokemon Unite. It makes the game so much more exciting because no matter what, I'm gonna keep saying it. I just like the way you said it, man. It's a nice little rhyme, nice little two bar there from Dr. Seuss himself. But when there's a Ray, there's a way. It's such a good tool to just make sure you get yourself back in this game. It really ensures that you never can really be down and out unless you allow yourself to be. If the mentals take hold, sure, you're gonna have a rough time, but as long as you keep a nice upbeat attitude, like that Greedent scene, you know, swaying your arms, having a jolly good time there in the front line with your berries and cheeks, you're gonna be good the entire time.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. It definitely helps both with the mental state of this game that you can lose half the match and you can still make the comeback if you just kind of steel yourself and come together as a team. That is what I think makes this game super fun, both from a player's perspective and definitely from a spectator's point of view, that you really don't know what's going to happen next. There's all sorts of excitement left, right, and center, so I'm very excited to see that. Love the huge diversity that we got to see in play styles from a couple of characters this game. Most of the matches that we have seen, both from Decidueye and Venusaur up until this point, have played mostly snipers with the Spirit Shackle and the Solar Beam. It was really nice to see a little bit of a change there with the Leaf Storm Giga Drain from I Will Ego Ult, and also Astroglide playing that Razor Leaf as well, giving us another side of that fantastic character. Really showing the versatility that comes with playing a game like Unite, where you can make those last second decisions and have a different play style in the same character.
The president lives, democracy lives another day as well. Love to see that here. But on the upside, I gotta give your flowers to the members who are still making it happen. I mean, there was a reason that Orange was on top for so long. Stingray, with that early, made sure to not let the early advantage that Sylveon pick inherently gives you go to waste. Got some early KOs, put that pressure down in bot lane. And Omega also had some fantastic pressure with those Ice Fangs, displacing anyone who tried to approach. Especially some nice KOs there on a Slowbro to just destroy their front line. But end of the day, man, if you don't get the Ray, it's going to be tough pickings. It's an uphill battle to climb, and sadly, they just didn't have the right gear for the job.
This time, those last minute little plays can be all the difference makers, and that's what we saw here today. Crunches, as we close out our final match, what are your thoughts for this last one?
I listen, as a Razor Leaf Desi enjoyer. I really loved seeing Glide on the Razor Leaf. Smash actually had a couple of really cool moments popping off with Blaziken right there. So it's unfortunate that he hit ping, but we had some really fun moments to watch. I mean, obviously, Ahestra's Venusaur is just so much fun, but Faker coming in with that Phalanx. We've seen a lot of Phalanx tonight, and honestly, it's been so much fun to watch. But it feels like this Phalanx just had several pop-off moments that were really good in clutching KOs or getting secures, and it was just really a lot of fun to watch. The double jungle invade was also chef's kiss. I love a good jungle invade, especially with the squirrel, so hella annoying. Thank you for that. I do want to make special mention though of Christian's hyper voice Sylveon. It was where it needed to be, when it needed to be there, yelling at whoever it needed to be yelling at, and honestly just coming in really good with the follow-up and the follow-through. This was just such a good match to watch.
Couldn't agree more. I could not agree more.
Yeah, fantastic job to both these teams. Kept it up, and overall, it was definitely good to end the nice competitive one. Wasn't a stomp at all. It really came out of that last play.
Absolutely. And again, it's one of those things where there's a Ray, there's a way. And I mean, even at that, we've seen games where people will take Ray and not even score. You can secure Ray and still lose the game. So every minute of these 10-minute matches count, and I think that's what I love most about seeing people come out and play these custom matches. Is it can be a GG's at some point, but people are still gonna they're gonna play their hearts out to the very last minute. And we saw so much of that here tonight. So that being said, I'm going to turn our attention to our friend Dilo here for the night, who has been watching all of our gamers very carefully and has been tasked with the honor of selecting tonight's overall MVP. Now, to remind you guys, our overall MVP does not have to meet any particular criteria. We love our guest casters to just find one moment from one gamer that stood out to them the most, and that gamer will win a $20 Nintendo eShop gift card courtesy of Pandacorn Gaming. So that being said, Dilo, I will turn it over to you. Tell us who you picked and why.
Thank you very much, my friend. Having the mic now, I've got to say, there was some tough contenders there. You obviously had Ribbon Chew trying to put a lights-out performance there with the blindfold. Didn't quite make it happen, though. If they got the W, certainly would have been a bit of higher consideration. Or if they got that comeback, sorry, Ribbon Chew, you're just a bit out of it. But nonetheless, was fantastic play we saw from you. Jade also caught my attention with that Venusaur Game 1. Solar Beams were just so pivotal to their secure, both for kills and as well for objectives. But I think when it comes down to it, we saw the closest match. That T-Tar with Scramble was such an absolute mindfuck for the enemy team. They couldn't do much about it. Once it got up there, it's one thing to choose something off meta like we talked about, but it's another thing to actually stick to it, commit to the bit, capitalize. The rest of the team had good synergy with it. Scramble earns it. Scramble's my MVP pick.
All right, Scrambles, congratulations, friend. I had a feeling it was going to be T-Tar. Again,
Wait a minute.
off meta pop off,
Wait a minute.
you know, came in with some really big damage and some really big, numbers on the board. It was just, honestly, it was really good to watch. So, Scrambles, if you would do me a favor, please, friend, at some point and reach out to me via Discord, just shoot me a DM. And I will make sure that I get you hooked up with your $20 Nintendo eShop gift card. That being said, this wraps another edition of Crunchy Customs. We will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. But I want to thank our amazing casters for being here tonight. Archer for filling Kyle's very big casting shoes and doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much.
They're massive shoes.
Right? Well, you know what they say about
That
big
says
feet.
about Kyle, right?
Right? Big shoes for power bottoms. We love this for him. Archer, tell the people where they can find you if they would like to come and hang out with you.
If you want to see more of me, I do a lot of stuff. I mostly post a lot of my clips and fun things on Twitter. I am a huge jokester there. You can find me at John's Tweet. Or if you ever want to find me, I am getting back into streaming more frequently here on Twitch at ArcherDude23 with an underscore at the end, because for some reason it was taken without it. So that name was taken, but I am free to play Unite as I please on stream. So do come by and say hello sometimes. Sometimes I will play myself. Sometimes I play other games. If you ever feel interested in joining me on Delo's stomping ground playing Smite, so we'll have a little bit of that action coming real soon. So those are a couple places you can find me later on.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much for being here tonight at the last minute. Delo, thank you so much for coming through, friend. Tell the people where they can find you.
Well, thanks, one, for having me. It's been a great time. This is actually my first time casting Pokemon Unite. I got into it only about a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this game looks fun as hell. But as far as where you can find me, Twitter, _the_Delo. Twitch is going to be the same. I normally do mostly Smite, as we've been talking about, but also a bit of Rocket League, some Smash Bros, some other fun nonsense. But I'm really trying to get into the Pokemon Unite scene as well. It looks like a hell of a good time. So certainly, like Archer Dude said as well, might be cooking some stuff up there in the Smite scene. You never know. The bromance got to continue. This night does not end it whatsoever. It will be eternal.
We love making connections like this through the community of Pokemon Unite and beyond. Speaking of connections, Nanera, thank you so much once again for being my fantastic right hand, for being moderator extraordinaire, and for running the queue so graciously for us. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right, y'all, we are going to do something a little bit different. Normally, we like to raid friendos who are playing Pokemon Unite just to keep up with the theme, but in honor of those of us who celebrate some of the more MMO-based RPGs, we're going to go over and raid the Queen of Degen, Attica, who is currently playing World of Warcraft. So we're going to go over and we're going to go say hi to Attica. Make sure... Oh, yes, Daddy. Thank you, Jade. There is Raytex if you are a follower, and there is Raytex if you are a sub, a good girl, a brat tamer, or archer.
Archer.
I hate it here.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will be back on Friday here on this channel. Jassio is making me play Rocket League. I suck at video games. You guys don't want to miss this. Archer, Delo, and Anera, thank you guys so much for being here. Once again, to the community who came through and hung out, thank you guys so much. You guys make these customs possible. And congratulations again to Scrambles. We love you guys so much, and we will see you next time.
Big love.
Ah.